for one tonight.
Well, you know what? I love the action that both teams are demonstrating right now. They've gone to their bench. They're playing great defense in the half court. They're both getting out because of their defense, getting out in transition.
Flage tried a three. Melbourne couldn't keep it in on the baseline.
Now let's see this half-court defense from the Seattle Storm, and let's see if the Atlanta Dream can execute in the half-court defense, in the half-court offense.
Ocott on the drive. Herman tapping at it. Did Malonga get it last? It never got out of bounds. Three-pointer from the wing. It's Howard. Tied third most three-pointers made in the first 21 games of an NBA season. That's number 70, her third tonight. And Howard the steal. And Howard takes it home. 16-point lead. Largest lead of the night. Flage Johnson, that got knocked away by Ocott. And the turnovers continue for Seattle.
And that was really one of the points of emphasis for Sonia Rahman, coach. She wanted them to be able to take care of the ball during this ball game so that Atlanta could not get out on their fast break.
15 turnovers in the first half, and Ocott makes them pay again. 17 turnovers is the season high for Seattle. They did that in the win against Atlanta a couple weeks ago. 7-0 Dream run. Heidemann, circus shot, will head to the free throw line for a pair.
I mean, great action. She tried to avoid the long stretched out arms and you know, reverse that ball. But once again, if you're not hitting from the outside, you've got to try to get to the rim and earn the points from the free throw line.
Reese waits to re-enter. She's been there for a little while. She's officiating the game a little bit too from her perch. Stay tuned for the half, presented by State Farm. Swin Cash, Lindsey Harding, Candace Parker. Take you through the first half highlights here.
Well, that's going to be exciting. Swin Cash, Lindsey, and Candace.
Swin in her hosting era, I love it.
I love it. I love it. She does a fantastic job.
Ten and 5 rebounds for Malonga, 2 in double figures for Atlanta. Canada, no. Got the miss. Gray behind the back. Melbourne held her off, but Howard pulled the trigger. But it's an offensive foul before she took the shot. And it'll go on Hillman.
And she's laughing. She's like, yeah, I did it. She's like, yeah, I did it. I didn't mean to, but I did it.
Howard's got 12, 14 points for Gray. Melbourne gets inside and back to the free throw line for Seattle.
You know, Smeshko talked about communication, defensive communication, and right there is a lack of communication. I don't think Jordan Canada knew that lane was clear for the penetration, and then no help defense came over.
So Atlanta now over the limit. Seattle's entered the bonus. Melbourne now starting 8 consecutive games. He's come off the bench 8 times in 23 appearances. It fell off. There's Reese. 8.7 rebounds. Familiar kind of stat line in this first half. The Dream try and put a positive finishing touch in these first 20 minutes. Gray with 5 to shoot. Howard running out of time. Offensive rebound. It got tipped out to Canada. 10-second difference shot and game clock. Canada stares down Heidemann, uses the screen, pocket pass, Reese. 3 in double figures for the Dream here in the first half. Heidemann around Malonga. Tried to return the favor, 4 left. Flau'jae Johnson to the rack, got blocked. And the first half concludes with a defensive stand from the Dream. A 17-point Atlanta lead.
It's great basketball. Great basketball. 2 quarters of great basketball. Look at this penetration. Boom. Pocket pass. Great. Just great action. Great offensive action. Great pass. Great finish.
48 points from the Atlanta starters. Howard, Reese, Gray, all in double figures. High fives all around. The half coming up. It's a 17-point Atlanta lead. You're watching the WNBA on Prime, presented by AT&T.
Are you searching for something new? Something durable? Something fun? Take a good look at Subaru. Consumer Reports rated Subaru highest, above every other automotive brand. That's a lot of love for Subaru. And now, Subaru is Consumer Reports' best overall automotive brand for the 2nd year in a row. Time for a new toy? Get Consumer Reports' best automotive brand, Subaru.
Now at McDonald's, people are getting more of what they love from the under $3 menu. Really, under $3.
Seriously?
Get more value on whatever you're getting next when you order from the under $3 menu.
This is the Burger King Original Chicken Sandwich. Yeah, the long one. Try the classic. Or the crunchy, creamy, loaded jalapeno. Or the smoky, bacony club. This lineup is loaded with flavor for days.
An original never blends in. She follows her own lead.
And cut!
She runs the show and calls the shots. Is never afraid to flex some muscle. And redefines the genre. All by staying true to herself. Because originality should always be within reach. TJ Maxx, never uniform, always you.
For 30 years, this game has changed. Move by move, game by game, moment by moment. So what happens next? More. More magic, more miracles, more pages to write in the history books, and more cities to conquer along the way. More impossible moments, more drama, more heartbreak, more fire. More love of the game that will be left forever changed. Season 30 is here, and there's so much more to come.
Welcome to The Half, presented by State Farm.
Ladies, the Atlanta Dream are up big, 55-38 lead over the Seattle Storm. Candace, I have to come to you first because after that 5-game losing streak, it seemed like Atlanta came out aggressive early and tried to establish themselves in the paint.
And I'm telling you, it started with Alicia Gray and her intent to get to the paint. You could see they weren't settling for contested jump shots. They were getting to the paint, and great things happened. You talk about Alicia Gray. She does it in so many different ways. Obviously, that's the hoop-de-doo finish, but she does it in transition. She does it off a secondary. She does it in the half-court offense. And then what happens when you attack the paint? It opens up the 5 threes they hit, 5 for 13 from beyond the arc. And so you can just tell that Atlanta, and you know, when you lose 5 in a row, you know practice is probably not the easiest. And so Atlanta practice, they use their defense to be able to get downhill and get in the paint.
Yeah, and they've also been doing what they have been doing all season long, right? Being active with their hands, getting steals. They have, what, 11 steals?
11 steals.
11 steals. Every starter has at least 1 steal, right? Active hands, deflections, and then they're pushing the ball. Again, getting into the paint, finishing at the rim. When they're running the floor, Seattle can't match up with them. They're going to get open threes, open looks. There's Angel Reese right there, stealing the ball, transition, finishing it at the rim. Easy points will give them easy baskets, and that's how they want to play. That's how they've been successful all season long.
And the thing that I like that's early for them is when you get to fast break points, it's finishing at the other end, being aggressive, getting to the free throw line, which they did. But let's swing over to Seattle real quick, because early on, Candace, Coach Rahman talked about this. Coop said it on the call. They had to take care of the basketball. They weren't able to do that. 15 turnovers in the first half.
And a lot of it, you're expecting this with a young team.
Yeah.
Right? You're expecting the mistakes and things like that. But the thing that kill you, especially against the Dream, are the live ball turnovers right here. You're not going to throw over Angel Reese. She's too big and too strong. You got to go to the paint with the plan, right? But let's give credit to Atlanta's defense. They're doing a good job using their length, their athleticism, their activity, and as a result, they're being rewarded. I mean, you look at 19-5 in transition buckets and points off turnovers, which is huge, and that's the reason why they were able to extend the league in the second quarter.
Yeah, and Linz, you know, we talk about it, Candace said it, young team. Some of this is going to happen with the turnovers, but they had some good spots in the first half as well, especially being able to establish themselves inside and in the paint.
Well, that's it. They scored 28 points in the paint. That's the majority of their points. They've got it with post-ups. They got it with cuts. Atlanta's an aggressive defensive team. They have to continue to play with pace, and a big part of it, too, is they need to screen better, right? Atlanta's going to look to get through those screens, use the screens, get downhill, get to the paint. Again, towards the end of this quarter, or actually the end of this half, they got to the free throw line, right? That's going to help them get their rhythm and get going. But again, they can get downhill and they can get all the way to the rim.
And Ken, I have to come back to you on this one because we talked earlier in pregame on Flage, young rookie that's coming in. It felt like at times that she was floating a little bit and not as much intentionality in the offense. What do you think needs to be done to kind of position her? We always talk about solution-based, to position her as she's going to grow throughout this season and have games like this.
Well, I think you have to go with the growth, the ebbs and flow of your rookie season. I mean, Flage, this isn't just any other game. She's playing back at home in front of her family and her friends. And so there's a lot of emotion that goes with that. So I would look for her to get to her spots, get something easy. I always tried to get to the free throw line to open up the basket, but she's got to take care of the ball. You got to make sound decisions with the basketball because you're just fueling Atlanta's fire when you turn it over.
Yeah, it's a lot of growth that's going to happen for the young rook, but she's out there being very aggressive, and you like to see that for a rookie. Good plays. We talked about it earlier with defense. She's doing that too, Linz. But time now for our Be There player presented by State Farm. It's three-time All-Star Angel Reese with the steal and the fast break. Reese has 10 points and 7 rebounds so far tonight. Dreamer up big. We have more after the break.
You know what I respect most about you, Caitlin?
That I talk to a red foam pad even though it makes people uncomfortable?
No, it's that you put in the work night and day.
Just part of the job.
You know, State Farm's the same way. They work to help you get coverage that fits your life and budget.
I respect that.
You know what else I respect? Gary at trivia last night.
It was nothing.
Hey, Gar, tell Caitlin that game winner.
Aaron Burr!
Man's a wizard.
Coverage that fits your life and budget. State Farm.
This year I don't want much. Just a puppy. And waffles. My very own boat. And toys that never run out of batteries. Oh yeah, a real castle in every tree in the world.
We're gonna need a bigger tree.
Give the gift of magic and more, like extra time in the parks, when you stay with the Disney Resorts Collection. And now you can save up to 20% on select stays this holiday.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, is now available with the big crispy chicken sandwich that's so big the McDonald's McCrispy has nowhere to hide. Oh, never mind. It was hiding right there. Hey, little fella. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
If you put your name on a vehicle, you're signing off on its quality. We don't take that lightly. We take an honest assessment of where we can be better. Quality takes thousands of Americans far away from any spotlight. But if you keep at it day after day, that spotlight finds you. And now Ford is #1 for initial quality among mainstream brands.
When I'm creating something new, I try to start with myself. Every project begins with a clear vision. When you believe in something, can't help but share it with the world.
The sun is dying.
You'll find a solution.
You are my solution.
So, I met an alien. His planet's dying too. Now or never.
Project Hail Mary, now streaming on Prime.
Welcome back to The Half, presented by State Farm.
I feel like we get so caught up in like who we want to be. We forget how far we've come on the journey. Everybody go through something, but are you still the same person? Flage is a sweetheart. Big Foe is an animal. She's a dog. It's a mindset thing. Look at this move! I try to just stay present. I try to stay in the moment. You know, like, what burden am I carrying? I'm carrying other people's opinions. I'm carrying acceptance. It felt so good to just be like, you know, I'm gonna be myself. If you're gonna like it, you're gonna like it. If you don't, I don't care. Just do you. My creativity comes from being an instinctual player. I fall all the time. I just don't stay down. I get right back up. I'm performing at a level that I thought I would, that I thought I could. I really asserted myself as one of the best players in the league. I'm gonna continue to do that. I'm proud of myself. I have something that I believe in so much that it gotta be said. I can't be scared to say.
Aaliyah Boston has been an all-star for the Fever in all 4 of her seasons. Prime's Morgan Reagan caught up with her teammate Malik Billings earlier today.
All right. I'm here with Mo Billings. Mo, second night of a back-to-back. You guys have bodies in and out. What's the key to finding the energy that you need tonight?
For sure. No excuses. No matter who's in, no matter who's out, we have to be the hungrier team. Last night against LA, they were hungrier. They wanted it more. So tonight we have to come into this game with that mentality of setting the tone and wanting it more.
Yeah, and you guys are taking on a Mercury team that you've played 3 times in 2 weeks now. And obviously there's a lot of attention around this matchup. So what's the approach going into a game like this?
They know them. We know us. They know us. We know them. You know how it is. This league, you're playing each other all the time, but it's going to come down to executing details, taking away what they do well, their first, their second, even their third option, just being consistent with that throughout the night.
Appreciate you, Mo.
Likewise, thank you.
Coming up after the break, we send you back to Atlanta for the second half of The Dream and the Storm. It's WNBA on Prime.
The Half is presented by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Players have their bag, but fans, you've got one too. Sometimes it's about showing up. Others, it's showing out. Snacks, chargers, essentials, whatever you need to stay in it, delivered at the speed of the game. DoorDash keeps you in your bag all season long.
Creating luxurious fragrances comes from the art of distilling a single scent from elevated ingredients. A scent that is now exclusively available on everything you put in the laundry. Unstoppable's Unlimited Collection. Add it to your wash and everything will smell divine.
I wish all laundromats smell this good.
Luxurious laundry scent beads for all-day fragrance so you can smell unstoppable.
Let's try to put this one in here.
Built for Monday,
Jeez, Kelly, you guys ever drive this thing?
born for Saturday. The Hyundai Santa Fe Hybrid, from America's best SUV brand.
Okay, people, I'm only going to say this once, okay? FanDuel, WNBA, overs, unders, 3-point in your face, buzzer beater from the logo.
Are you betting the WNBA and FanDuel?
That's our Wi-Fi password. It's all one word, lowercase, by the way.
You repeat that?
New customers bet $5 for 5 days and get $1,000 in bet reset tokens. FanDuel, play your game.
This copyrighted telecast of WNBA Enterprises may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise used in any form without the express written consent of WNBA Enterprises.
17-point advantage for Atlanta. They look like they're breaking out of that slump as we head to the third quarter here on Prime. Go back courtside, everybody. Coop, Mike, you think about that first half, I think the story is turnovers. 15 turnovers from Seattle.
And that happened because of the great defense from Atlanta, and they wanted to play great defense and then get out in transition and score easy.
It is time now for tonight's Inside the Game, powered by AWS. Gravity quantifying how much a player pulls defenders toward them above expected. Take a look at how Alicia Gray has brought everybody into her.
Really, that was 3 players, but really, Heidemann was there as well, creating a wide-open look.
Third most gravity in the league. Gray catching up with Brittany at the half.
Alicia, you've held Seattle to 38 points and forced 15 turnovers. What's been so effective about defense tonight?
Just being able to be aggressive on defense. In the past couple games, we really struggled in ball screen defense, so that's been our key defensive tip tonight was ball screen defense, and when we do that, we're able to force turnovers and get out of conversion.
Those are 3 words you were telling us a lot earlier today. In terms of maintaining the momentum, what do you need to see in the second half?
Just the second half surge. I mean, the first 5 minutes are very important. Normally, everybody go in halftime, reset their mind. For us, we just got to keep the intensity and don't let them get back in the game.
Good luck.
Thank you.
That's Quick Connect, presented by AT&T.
You know, that was a great backdoor cut, pass, and I think Angel thought a Seattle Storm player, Malanga, was going to get her hands on the ball, but the ball got through and she just wasn't ready for it.
Wajay Johnson drops off. Malanga drops it in the bucket. She's had a great bounce-back game here, Malanga. 12 of the 40 for Seattle. Three-pointer rattles out from Howard.
You know, as Alicia mentioned, this is going to be a crucial time for Atlanta. They have to get some defensive stops so they can get out and transition.
Malanga wins a couple free throws off Reese. Malanga, 30% usage rate. You're talking about the second highest rate in the league. That brings together possessions that end with Malanga involved in some capacity. Named a first-time All-Star. Points per game doubled, now 19th in the league, 19 a game.
And she's just a rising star. Malanga is just a rising star here in the WNBA and for the Seattle Storm. She does just a fantastic job. Her upside is just incredible.
And came off the bench throughout last season. Averages just shy of 8 points a game. And jumps into the starting lineup and has just been brilliant. Howard goes to work on Johnson, who had a quiet first half. Canada into the post. Reese one-hands it, puts it up, didn't go, tip around Malanga. Thumb trying to back down Reese. Off on the pull-up. Canada creating a transition moment. Malanga got a piece of that and root the hill. Johnson getting inside, score it, and the foul. That's a way to announce your presence in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, this is a dangerous time if you're the Atlanta Dream. You've given up a couple buckets, a couple free looks at the free throw line. You've got to play better half-court defense, and you want to do that in that first 5 minutes, like Alicia mentioned.
Well, 15 is the number to hit for Johnson. All 6 wins for Seattle have come with that that scoring plateau. 0-16 when she doesn't hit it. It's a 6-0 run for the Storm. Flage's got 5. Howard sort of forced it up to the rim. Free throws coming.
And that's why Howard is so good. She just missed her corner three-pointer. She said, you know what, let me get an easier bucket. Let me get to the rim. If I don't score at the rim, I can get to the free throw line.
Second foul on Johnson. And Howard to the line. Now a 4-time All-Star. Score more WNBA action with WNBA League Pass on Prime Video. Subscribe now, get a 7-day free trial. Tune in for a special free preview with the LA Sparks and the Minnesota Lynx. Watch on Prime Video this Wednesday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. I know you love those noon games.
I actually do love those noon games because I'm a morning person. I like to get up, get after it, get it over with, and have my day.
Well, everyone else gets a little bonus in their day. Malonga continues a torrid performance, 15 points, brings this back to an 11-point deficit. Howard, all twine. 4 3-pointers again for Ryan Howard in this game. 4 straight games.
A little shot fake there. Let the defender fly by her. And then guess what? Knocks down the 3.
Melbourne's feet got entangled. Gray throws it into the post. Doesn't get easier than that for Angel Reese. Malonga fighting through that screen. It's going to go on Gray. Her second.
This is just a veteran move here in transition. Fake, fly by, wide open 3-point shot for a great 3-point shooter.
Flage Johnson tried to get to the cup. Howard intervened. Both will laid up the floor. Canada will set the half-court offense. There's a foul away from the ball. Melbourne holding on to Reese. Push from behind, Heidemann. Canada missed the floater, but Heidemann sends her to the line anyways.
Seattle foul number 2. Letitia Heidemann, her first, team third.
So you get off, if you're Seattle, you get off to a great start here in the third quarter, and then you have some adversity with Atlanta coming back and getting back into their rhythm and knocking down some shots. You have to stay the course if you're the Seattle Storm. You got to stick with the game plan and play great defense and finish on the offensive end. You know, one of the things that Coach Rahman talked about was playing great defense without fouling, without sending the Atlanta Dream to the free throw line.
Atlanta 30% more free throw attempts this year than they had last year. And Reese obviously one of the big reasons why. Offense that's certainly adjusted. Heidemann, that rolls down. 11% more their attempts inside the arc than outside. 11% less three-point attempts than last year. So different looking Atlanta team, and one where keeping the Dream off the line is such a critical piece. Melbourne thought she had successfully blown that up. We talked about some of the different coverages that they could use. That's the 4th foul on Melbourne.
You know, I think one of the defensive things that the Seattle Storm, they're trying to do, they're trying to be a little more physical in the second half and defend this little screen, little toss and cut off of that pass, off of that player. And they're doing a great job, but you've got to do it without fouling.
Melbourne had 4 fouls in 24 minutes last time out, 4 in 14 minutes tonight. Relegated to the bench now. Shot clock at 2. Howard Shot clock violation. Didn't get it off in time. Howard's been left holding the bag now a couple times at the end of the shot clock and hoisting.
Yeah, I think she was a little frustrated at that time, but you know, if you get that ball underneath the basket, you have to be able to put that ball in the hole if you're Sika.
Well, Howard Gray been good again tonight, combining for 31 points. That three-pointer from Johnson, lost her footing on the way down. Missed it. Gray swatted from behind, and Heidemann lost it between her feet. Samuelson scoops it up. Heidemann, that got tipped by Howard. Another steal. Ahead to Reese. Couldn't get it to go. And then a loose ball foul called on the floor. And Samuelson tagged with the personal. And we're headed to a timeout. It's a 16-point game. It's a little hectic here in Atlanta.
Right in the middle of everything else, you're trying to lose weight. Foundeo is a daily GLP-1 pill proven to help adults lose weight and keep it off. Foundeo helped people lose up to 25 pounds. It's the only GLP-1 pill that can be taken any time of day, with no planning around food or drink. Don't take Foundeo if you're allergic to it, or if you or someone in your family had MTC or MEN2. Stop and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, or severe stomach pain. Serious side effects may include inflamed pancreas and gallbladder problems. Tell your doctor if you experience vision changes, if you're nursing, pregnant, plan to be, or taking birth control pills, and before scheduled procedures with anesthesia. Taking Foundeo with an insulin or sulfonylurea may cause low blood sugar. Side effects include diarrhea, nausea, and vomiting, which can cause dehydration and may cause kidney problems. You don't need to wait for the right time to make a change. Now is perfect to ask your doctor about Foundeo. Learn about savings and support at Foundeo.com.
Do parents cover kids' eyes to protect them?
Uh-oh, that's a scary part.
Or to secretly steal their Reese's?
It doesn't sound scary.
Super scary.
Perhaps moms know everything happens for a Reese's.
Hey, Meta. Play.
Hey, Meta, take a photo.
Hey, Meta. What time is sunset?
Free relapse and I roll that means I'm a direct root boy. Man can't call up my phone and go on like a direct root boy. One side back and I slowly don't make you a direct root boy.
At Wingstop, it's all about flavor. Cooked fresh, made to order, every bite hits different. And the ranch, you already know, Wingstop is here.
The WNBA on Prime is brought to you by AT&T. Connecting changes everything. And by Albert, your personal financial assistant. Atlanta's stacking their money right now. Take a look at the challenge after Samuelson was called for a loose ball foul there on the floor, attempting to garner the rebound.
Yeah, and here you see just a little undercut. You know, she bends over, and Alicia Gray falls over her.
So an unsuccessful challenge, to your point, shot underneath. And it was Samuelson who was saying, hey, challenge that.
Yeah, that's why you have to be careful, believe in the players who throw their hands up, challenge. Because she did bend over and try to keep Atlanta from rebounding that ball. And Alicia hit the floor pretty hard.
Yeah. Samuelson missed the 2023 season, maternity leave, and then an ACL tear in practice May of last year. Last full season came in 2024 in Indiana. Comes off that 9-point game. So Gray at the line. 16 points. Had 15 in the last meeting against Seattle. Season series concludes at the end of the month here in Atlanta. Seattle took the first meeting between the teams. 105-90. The Storm offense has really struggled to take care of the basketball. Malonga misses in the mid-range. Canada into the corner. Gray, contemplative. Gray, what a find! Reese.
Moving without the ball, the action without the ball for Atlanta Dream. They're doing a fantastic job, and that's why Reese gets the wide open layup.
14 points, 9 rebounds for Angel Reese. Heidemann pulls the trigger and hits a vital 3. Trying to keep the Storm in this.
You know, I think Pau just helped off a little bit too much and gave up the wide open 3-point shot.
Gray did get hacked. So Gray getting downhill. Gray showing off the passing prowess.
Breaking down the defense. You get all of the attention. You get a backdoor cut to the basket. Wide open layup.
You know, it gets a little quiet. You can hear everything. Samuelson saying that's my foul.
But she was just saying it wasn't her foul.
Well, look, I think she's falling on the sword here because there's worse things than Samuelson taking the foul, and that'd be Pham taking the foul. They have switched it. She's willing to accept the personal on her record. That's not the issue. I really enjoyed talking to Gray at shoot-around this morning. Just someone who, in the midst of the last 5 games and the frustration of it, was just so abundantly clear in what they needed to work on and how they were going to get through this rough patch.
And one of the things she pointed out was like, look, we had to look in the mirror and we had to look at film and own our mistakes and own our missed defensive assignments, and that made us better.
Johnson. The whole toolkit. 360, puts up the jumper. So Johnson has found 5 of her 7 here in the second half. Off the mark. A streaking Kone through her hands.
Yeah, I think Alicia was waiting for her to stand that corner and her kick it to the corner for a 3-point shot.
Izzy Borles has come in. 3-pointer. Didn't go for Heidemann. Borles picks up the rebound. WNBL MVP. Tremendous year before coming over to the W here in America. It's off the mark.
And I love when Izzy comes in the game because the entire crowd, they go, Izzy, 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 and they go, oi, oi, oi.
You can't miss when Borles comes into the game.
That's absolutely true.
Heidemann calling for the screen, trying to initiate the offense here. Far and away her best offensive season yet. Averaging about 15 a game, it never averaged over 10. It's Johnson late in the shot clock, and a foul on the pass. So reset it to 14.
Man, that's great help by Kone. She just got to keep her hands off and just understand that the player is coming up to her and she can contest that shot as she goes to shoot it.
Dolson returns. Pham takes the seat. Heidemann defended by Canada. Tough finish.
Tough finish. Great defense, tough finish.
What a find, Hillman. Rattles down. Heidemann pulls back. Johnson, before the shot came, Dolson, an offensive foul. 6-3 at home. Storm just 2-9 on the road. Got a much-needed road win against Los Angeles, an 18-point blowout victory. Was their 6th win in 23 games in total this year. It's an offensive foul on Medina Okot.
Yeah, I think this was close. That was close. I didn't see a lot of movement.
Heidemann able to retain, nearly got stripped. Finishes, don't look now, 15-point game. You're just trying to close that gap at the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, you're trying to get it to a 10-point lead. But I think Atlanta has to just do a better job continuing to focus on whoever is scoring. And right now it's Heidemann.
It's not Canada, but it doesn't matter. Got her own miss. Works around the Okot screen, finds Hillman. Okot, offensive board. Third chance points for Hillman. No. An important stop there for Seattle.
I think I would have ran that offensive play through Ryan that particular time.
Malonga missed the three. She's 40% from there this year. Canada all the way down the lane, unimpeded. Add Canada into the double-digit club. She's got 11, 6 assists, 5 boards. Stat-stuffing night. Dolson doesn't get the roll.
You know, I thought on that pick and roll, great pick and roll, and I just really thought that there was a little travel. There might have been a little travel there as she, you know, sashayed through the lane or cut through the lane.
Speak your truth, Coop. Saying there might be a little
twinkle toes there. Love Stephanie Dawson. Love what she brings to the game.
13th year for Dolson. About 4.5 points a game this year. Played in 43 games in Washington last season. That was her second stint with the Mystics. Champion in Chicago back in 2021. Stop in New York along the way as well.
And when you have a young team like Seattle Storm, you need a veteran to come up and really settle everyone down.
Okot, another offensive rebound. Three-pointer on the way, Gray. Tipped away from Okot. Shot clock turned off. Heidemann over to Samuelson. Dolson with 5. Flau'jae Johnson way downtown. Front rim, and we're headed to the fourth quarter. Seattle got it down to 15 and had the ball. But Atlanta holds right there after 3 quarters. This 5-game losing streak could be in the rear view. Seattle does not have a win after trailing through 3 quarters this season. Maybe tonight's the night. You're watching WNBA on Prime, presented by AT&T.
The sun can shine or the rain can fall. It doesn't really matter at all. If it's cold or hot, it's a beautiful day. It's the rainbows and if the kids are okay.
Get 0.9% APR financing or a $3,500 customer bonus on a new 2026 Atlas.
You know, I always say if you have time to scroll, you have time for a call.
I like that.
How are ya?
I'm great. How are you, man?
Hey, Mimi.
When the connection matters, it has to be AT&T.
I'm right here. I miss you too. I see you soon. I love you. Bye.
At AT&T, we guarantee your network. If there's an outage, we'll make it right.
Love you guys. Bye. Later.
This is where it happened. People still come up to me and talk about it. When you're in it, you're not thinking of the stories they'll tell. Just get yourself in the right position. You never know when a play will become legendary. When the moment comes, will you be ready?
Make it a season you'll never forget when you bet on baseball. BetMGM Sportsbook. Make it legendary.
You know what I respect most about you, Caitlin?
That I talk to a red foam pad even though it makes people uncomfortable?
No, it's that you put in the work night and day.
Just part of the job.
You know, State Farm's the same way. They work to help you get coverage that fits your life and budget.
I respect that.
You know what else I respect? Gary at trivia last night.
It was nothing.
Hey, Gar, tell Caitlin that game winner.
Aaron Burr!
Man's a wizard.
Coverage that fits your life and budget. State Farm.
When's the last time you've watched a full game?
Well, not every game is on every app, and sometimes the same sport's on different apps depending on what day. How bad is it, Doc?
You need Fire TV. Those are your live games, all in one place.
Yes! Find what you're looking for with Fire TV.
I just discovered my best friend is an assassin. I kill terrible people for money. What if I did it for free? I'd be a serial killer.
Here's Play Your Game presented by FanDuel. Dominic Malonga, 15 points, 7 rebounds, big bounce back game after a tough one in Los Angeles, 6 of 10 from the field. And Alicia Gray, 18 points for the Dream. Perfect at the line, splits from the field. Best plays for all the live WNBA action is on FanDuel. Download the app and play your game.
You just got to love the effort from Malonga. She's doing a fantastic job. And I used to lay the ball up right up top above that rim as well. Yep, never got quite that high.
Start of the fourth quarter here in Atlanta. Borlays works down the ladder. Way did not settle for that jumper. Way to get to the rim. Bomb. Storm need to start to turn this around soon. Melbourne playing with 4 fouls. Late in the shot clock at the seas parted. Turned over. Scooped up by Horston. Cook galloping, Borlays picks up the personal.
And Mike, I just believe on that, you don't foul. You make her make a tough basket. Right here, just stay off her. Don't foul her. Make her make a tough shot. I don't know how much.
I don't think she thinks it was a foul. I think therein lies the problem.
Sounds like she, I mean, it looked like she was moving her feet and stay between her man and the basket.
And double checking the officials whether that's a shooting foul or not. And Zia Cook at the line. Toledo native, played at South Carolina, first round pick of the Sparks 3 years back. Last year, her best three-point shooting season, inclusive of college, 26 games off the bench. It's doubled her scoring output this year. Angel Reese, center of the universe on this possession. Howard's got 5, draining the shot clock again, tried to kick it out. Another turnover for Atlanta here to start the fourth. Horston trying to navigate. Howard knocked it out of bounds. It is 18 turnovers for Seattle in this game, a new season high. The last one was in the late June meeting between these teams in Seattle, 17 in that game.
And if you're the Seattle Storm, you just want to keep fighting. If you're the Atlanta Dream, you want to finish this game out. You want to finish strong. Don't limp across the finish line.
Soaring and scoring, Jordan Horston. Angel Reese. Olsen gave her a lot of room. Reese can't hit, puts it back up. Doesn't go that time either, but going to the line, and that offensive rebound gets her a leading 15th double-double, and breaks a tie with Tina Charles for most double-doubles in a player's first 3 seasons, number 63. Let's take a look at the path to success presented by Capella University. Yet another double-double, and Reese passing Tina Charles most through 3 years. Still has a long way to go this year in league history.
Just a great talent. And she's gotten better every single year, last couple of years. She's gotten better, especially finishing around the basket.
You know, we heard her at the press conference after the loss to Golden State say, in essence, I've been through losing streaks like this, but I haven't gotten to the other side of them in my career. So I'm leaning on my teammates, they're leaning on me. We're going to get through this together is a really mature answer. Cook, that fell off the front rim, and the follow stuck home by Horston.
Horston quietly is having a game.
Give Horston 6 and 3 rebounds. 3-pointer from Hillman's off the mark. A chance to get this down to single digits potentially, but it's an offensive foul. It's on Cook. Trying to slap that arm away.
Well, yeah, and she's trying to go into her to create the contact. That's an offensive foul.
Canada, ball flipped out of her hands, but Hillman there to take it in. Canada try.
I mean, we haven't seen Bryant really touch the ball a lot in the last few minutes, and I think Atlanta needs to get back to doing what they do and execute in the half court.
Bomb.
Get downhill here.
Gray crossing inside. Gray across the 20-point plateau. Find underneath. Cook to Melbourne. Four of the 5 on the floor for the Dream in double figures. Gray's got 20 to lead all scorers, 6-11 from the field. Gray lost her dribble. Howard late in the shot clock again, lost the handle. Howard's got to put it up. Howard does. There's Baum. I'm a big believer in there's sort of those round numbers that you just have to get through. And 12 appears to be that marker right now. Seattle's been hanging around this point. Cook, lid on the rim again. Offensive rebound.
And the Seattle Storm, they're just not going away. But you've got to continue. If you're Atlanta, you just got to continue to play solid defense.
No, that didn't get the rim. Shot clock violation.
And now reinforcements are coming back in the game for if you're the Seattle Storm.
Now you get Malonga and you get Johnson back in the game. See if you can make a run at it midway through the fourth quarter.
How did I end up here? A friend lends you a convertible, then you think, what if I rented one for the summer? So you do, but that's not enough. You want one that's bigger, one that floats, and once you've tried it, you want to use it for everything.
A connection you can count on. From just about anywhere. That's Xfinity Mobile. And now, cut your mobile bill in half. Plus, try it free for a year. No commitment. Xfinity. Imagine that.
Introducing Gatorade Lower Sugar. No artificial colors, no artificial flavors, no artificial sweeteners. and 75% less sugar. Gatorade lower sugar. Hydrates better than water.
And Doug.
I'm glad we could all play today.
They say tennis is great for remembering you can customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual.
Do they, Doug?
Well, I say it. Limu, ball me. Limu, ball me again? Again? My bad!
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Taco Bell's Lutz boxes are peak luxury. When you can get classics for $5, indulgences for $7, or discover new luxuries for $9, like the shredded beef dipping taco, opulence is at your fingertips whenever the mood strikes. It may even go to your head.
Excuse me, who makes this house red? It's sublime.
Pat? Try Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lutz boxes.
The WNBA is on Prime, Thursday night. Stars shine deep in the heart of Texas as Brianna, Sabrina, and the Liberty face Paige, AZ, and the Wigs. Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. It's on Prime.
Headed out to the West Coast for the second game of this doubleheader. Alyssa Thomas and the Mercury ready to take on Aaliyah Boston and the Indiana Fever. It's coming up next here on Prime. Lisa Byington, Tara Lawson, Morgan Reagan will be on the call. Can't wait for that one. Let's take a look at the upcoming national TV schedule. Ion's got a doubleheader tomorrow. Dallas at Toronto, then Chicago takes on the Sparks. ABC on Saturday, the Liberty and Minnesota, followed by Portland and Atlanta on CBS. Phoenix and the Aces on Peacock Saturday night. For more on these games, please go to WNBA.com or visit the WNBA app. It's a 12-point game. Seattle has hung around. They need a stop and a basket, and they can get this as close as it's been in the half. So much for that theory, Howard. On the Sparks, ABC on Saturday, the Liberty and Minnesota, followed by Portland and Atlanta on CBS. Phoenix and the Aces on Peacock Saturday night. For more on these games, please go to WNBA.com or visit the WNBA app. It's a 12-point game. Seattle has hung around. They need a stop and a basket, and they can get this as close as it's been in the half. So much for that theory, Howard. On the Sparks, ABC on Saturday, the Liberty and Minnesota, followed by Portland and Atlanta on CBS. Phoenix and the Aces on Peacock Saturday night. For more on these games, please go to WNBA.com or visit the WNBA app. It's a 12-point game. Seattle has hung around. They need a stop and a basket, and they can get this as close as it's been in the half. So much for that theory, Howard. On the Sparks, ABC on Saturday, the Liberty and Minnesota, followed by Portland and Atlanta on CBS. Phoenix and the Aces on Peacock Saturday night. For more on these games, please go to WNBA.com or visit the WNBA app. It's a 12-point game. Seattle has hung around. They need a stop and a basket, and they can get this as close as it's been in the half. So much for that theory, Howard. On the Sparks, ABC on Saturday, the Liberty and Minnesota, followed by Portland and Atlanta on CBS. Phoenix and the Aces on Peacock Saturday night. For more on these games, please go to WNBA.com or visit the WNBA app. It's a 12-point game. Seattle has hung around. They need a stop and a basket and get this as close as it's been in the half. So much back theory power.
From Phoenix, Arizona, Mortgage Matchup Center, where even as the sun sets, the temps rising above 100 degrees. What else would you expect? It sets the stage for some of the biggest names in the league on the court tonight. The Mercury's Alyssa Thomas and Kalia Copper looking to get Phoenix back on the winning track, and what a 1-2 combo they have been so far this year against the Fever, trying to do the same. Good luck trying to stop Kelsey Mitchell as of late, and Aaliyah Boston is back and starting in the lineup here for the Fever tonight. It's the WNBA on Prime, and it's coming up next.
Here we go.
Inside with us, welcome to the WNBA on Prime, presented by AT&T. The Indiana Fever on a 4-game road swing. Mixed results, 1-1 coming into tonight against the Phoenix Mercury. They're winners of 4 of the last 6 and looking to get back on the winning track. It's the third and final meeting here of the regular season series between the Fever and the Mercury. Each team has gotten a win in this series back in June. On June 22nd, the Fever had to overcome a 13-point deficit, but there were 6 technical fouls called in the fourth quarter. A couple days later, the Mercury won in a high-scoring affair. Caitlin Clark left that game due to injury, a back injury. 1 day later, the league gave Alyssa Thomas a 1-game suspension and a flagrant 2 foul. So that sets things up with the Duke and U.S. Women's National Team head coach Kara Lawson. I'm Lisa Byington. Morgan Reagan's on the sideline here for us. Kara, those 2 games, probably the most talked about games of the regular season here in the league so far, and that sets up game number 3 here tonight.
Yeah, I think everyone's looking forward to this matchup because of how competitive and a little feisty that those games were. And the reality is both teams have been playing pretty well as of late. This is a big-time game for both of them. Phoenix needs to try to get back into that playoff picture. I think Indiana needs to try and get their defense a little more steady if they want to be a contender going down the stretch.
Well, we highlight 2 of the best scoring guards here in the league, and we start with Kalia Copper. If you go back to mid-June, she's leading the league in scoring. She's been fantastic.
Yeah, it was a tough start for Ka this season, and I think she's really found her groove scoring-wise. She's somebody that now that she's hitting a 3-point shot at a solid percentage, we know she can get into the lane with her athleticism and finish. She gets to the line a ton. She is really taking on a huge scoring load and carried and uplifted this team on the offensive end. They've struggled for some consistency, but Ka has found it.
And earlier, Morgan Reagan caught up with Ka.
Ka, you're averaging over 26 points per game in your last 8 games. What's been the biggest difference?
I think just going out there and being confident, being myself, just doing whatever the team needs.
And then you guys are taking on the same team 3 times in the last 2 weeks. Is there a different edge going into this one?
No, not really. Just kind of treating it like a playoff series and, trying to get the win.
All right, appreciate it. Good luck.
And as good as Ka Copper has been scoring-wise, I mean, Kelsey Mitchell has been right there as well. No Caitlin Clark tonight here for the Fever. Kelsey Mitchell is going to have to continue to shoulder some scoring loads tonight.
Yeah, she's box office. I mean, she's been one of the best performers that we've seen all season long at the guard position. And certainly, as you mentioned, with Caitlin out, explosive, especially going left. And when you watch them, tonight, they love to bring her out of that right corner, and she does a terrific job of making early, quick reads the pop back there. And you have to watch for her because she can do a lot of different things. Not only can she hit that three-point shot, she can also back cut. And so Indiana is going to lean on her a lot more tonight than they normally would from a scoring perspective, and she is capable of carrying that load. We saw her last season in the playoffs, how well she played down the stretch and leading them within a game of the finals.
She's coming off last night, a 29-point performance. It's just the consistency. 36 straight double-figure scoring games. If you're wondering, the franchise fever record is 37 that she could tie here tonight. All right, so Lexi Hall, Kelsey Mitchell, Ty Harris is starting in the place of Caitlin Clark, Mo Billings, and Aaliyah Boston. They are 3-0 with this lineup. With Phoenix, they are 1-1 with this lineup, and they've used this lineup the last couple of times. Lexi Held has been slotted into that starting spot. The first starts of her career, she's done fantastic. Ayayi's been another one in the center spot who has kind of shouldered that load. DeWanna Bonner, I can say center spot, but Bonner's really been playing the 5 here for Phoenix as of late.
It's a very versatile Phoenix lineup. They have length, physicality, versatility, and they've been able to find some traction here of late. Disappointing loss to the Chicago Sky. Nate Tibbetts had talked about how he felt they had really gotten onto a roll, but let's see if they can get a bounce back one tonight against one of the toughest teams in the league.
Phoenix Mercury come in 8-14. They're expected to be better at this point, but still plenty of season to play. 12-9 for the Indiana Fever. Our crew chief, Fatu Sissoko Stevens, our referee, Mike Forsberg, and our umpire, Don Abazi. And we are underway here from Phoenix. The tip going to the Indiana Fever. They're coming off that game last night against the Sparks. Lost that one, a high-scoring affair again, 106-92. Got back to the Phoenix area about 2:30 in the morning. Mitchell gets the first look at it, and Copper tips it to herself. Contrast in pace between these two teams. The Fever play at the fastest pace here in the league. Phoenix is second slowest. Off the hands there of Bonner. Alyssa Thomas, who leads the league in assists, was trying to find her back door.
Yeah, the uniqueness of Thomas is what makes this team different. As you talked about, she leads the league in assists, but she is a power forward. And so how you have to structure what you do defensively to handle her physicality and her vision, it's a rare combination to have both in a player.
I would even argue maybe one of the most, if not the most unique player here in the league, with her skill set to play 1 through 5 on both ends, and she rips down the rebound there. Boston with her first shot, can't hit it. Still looking for the first bucket for both of these teams, and again that goes off the hands of Copper. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers. Nate Tibbetts, you talked about it, Kara. He was really frustrated. Felt like the team was trending in the right direction, and then a hiccup against Chicago. He said they were slow and out of rhythm in that game on Tuesday.
It's a long season. One of the things that Phoenix, as they continue to get healthy, which I think is going to be great for them. You know, the time is now there to get back. As you see Harris hit that 3, that's a good start for Stephanie White and the Fever. Harris, the veteran, getting the start with Caitlin Clark out. They need to get production from some of their support players outside of Mitchell and Boston.
Ayayi, good take and move. I mentioned that she's been a nice spark, especially in the last 5 to 6 games. Lexi Held have been a much-needed boost here in the starting lineup here for the Mercury. Copper will take it all the way right side, can't get it, no call, will play on. Mitchell surveying things, Austin split the difference, she can't put it away. Harris again, same spot, not the same result. Going to be forced to kind of hit that shot. Been hitting below 30% from 3 though as a starter this year. Ayayi for 3, she knocks it down. Got all 5 points here for Phoenix. Valerian Ayayi averaging about 15 points per game the last 5 games for Phoenix. Mitchell, that one rattles around from distance. Kelsey Mitchell, 5 straight 20-point games, averaging almost 27 points during that stretch.
This is what makes Valu just really valuable, is her ability to face up and attack, and she's very versatile. And then a great job by Held just to keep her dribble and find her from beyond the arc. Good start for Phoenix on the offensive end.
offense is definitely one of the areas that's been up and down here for Phoenix. Thomas back to Held. Bonner with the up fake, had Billings up in the air, steps it back for the baseline. She put up 8,000 career points in the last game. Was honored in the pregame in front of the home crowd. That is, puts her in rare air. Here's Held just with 3 seconds here on the shot clock. 2 seconds, 1 second. Held with the offhand. Had to toss it up in a shot clock violation. 3 turnovers early for the Mercury. Stephanie White had talked about defensive energy. She's happy with a little bit of the start here, but again, they gave up 106 points last night against the Sparks.
You know, I don't think there's any doubt, Lisa, that the path to Indiana's contention as Harris hits her second three is through their defensive end. I mean, for them to be a team that is either the last team standing or contending to be the last team standing, they're going to have to defend at a really high level. They go through periods in games where they do it well, and then sometimes they don't.
Mixed results on this road trip as a small sample size. They held Vegas to a season low for opponents, 68 points, and then, as I mentioned, gave up the 106 last night to the Sparks. Thomas leaking out. Man, that's like the 3rd time it's gone off some finger trip or a shoulder or an arm here for Phoenix. And 4 turnovers early for the Mercury.
One of the things that Stephanie White talked about with Ty Harris is just being a veteran and getting her team into the actions and executing in the half court. And that's what why she wants to start her, why she wants her in that lineup, just to make sure they're organized.
And we got the first foul on Lexi Held. And the first team foul here for Phoenix. Welcome everyone in who watched Atlanta take care of Seattle. This is our second game of the doubleheader here on Prime. Kara Lawson, Lisa Byington, and Morgan Reagan with you. It's a 12-5 advantage. We'll get you all caught up on the other side. Grab some popcorn and adult beverage or two. We'll be back with you in just a bit.
Okay, people, I'm only going to say this once, okay? FanDuel, WNBA, overs, unders, 3-point in your face, buzzer beater from the logo.
Are you betting the WNBA and FanDuel?
That's our Wi-Fi password. It's all one word, lowercase, by the way.
Can you repeat that?
New customers bet $5 for 5 days and get $1,000 in bet reset tokens. FanDuel, play your game.
Sorry, folks, we're stuck. Tour's over. It's over?
Here, hold my oikos.
Oh, hey there, big fella.
Yoikos!
Oikos is packed with complete protein to help build strong muscles.
We were returning home, and one of the flight attendants asked Bronx if he wanted to see the flight deck and meet Captain Andrew.
I got to sit in the driver's seat. It was so cool.
I grew up in an aviation family, and seeing Bronx kind of reminded me of myself when I was that age. He was fearless, he was confident.
It felt like I was the captain.
These small interactions can shape a kid's future. That little snapshot of allowing my son to see the flight deck will stick with us forever.
Welcome aboard.
That's how good leads the way.
It's game time. Tomorrow night, the WNBA is live on Ion. The Wings soar north to challenge the tempo.
Cha-ching and Money Mabry.
Then, the Sky face off with the Sparks.
Oklahoma K, give me that.
I said it's game.
Oh my goodness.
Coverage begins tomorrow at 7. Find Ion wherever you watch. It's on Ion.
Caitlin Clark and Duana now on multiple possessions getting tied up.
They're still going.
There's a little game within the game.
Fever will dribble this one out.
Coming off the emotion from the last game, you knew it was going to be a game of highs and lows.
Phoenix evens the score.
arguably, Kara Lawson, Lisa Byington, Morgan Reagan's on the sideline for us. Like we've talked about, arguably two of the most talked about regular season games. It sets us up for tonight.
I was looking forward to tonight. I hope you were. I mean, anytime there's this competitiveness and feisty matchup, I think it's great. I think it's great, and it comes at a critical time, I think, for both teams. Obviously, Indiana in the midst of a road trip without Caitlin Clark tonight, and then Phoenix needs to get this thing going. 6 games under 500. This would be a big win for them.
All right, let's bring in Morgan Reagan.
Yeah, it's like we've been saying, you guys. There's just a lot of attention around this matchup, and I asked Mercury head coach Nate Tibbetts about his messaging when approaching a game like this. He said, I know there's a lot of attention on this game, but we really haven't talked about all that stuff because we've moved on. We got enough stuff to worry about, and that's playing better basketball. Lisa?
Yeah, they got to figure out how to get back on the winning track. Both of these teams do, coming off of losses. Indiana Fever played last night against the Sparks and lost that one. Aaliyah Boston didn't play last night. She's back in the starting lineup and hits her 3, and the threes are the only ways that Indiana has scored here so far. They have 5 of them.
Yeah, they've got quality looks, and that's something that has been talked about a ton, how Aaliyah Boston has added that 3-point shot to the game, and even her quicker trigger than she had even a year ago. To be able to knock that down has opened up Indiana's offense.
Ayani's been a force and continues to be. 7 of the first 9 points here for Phoenix.
Wasn't in the rotation a ton to start the year, and one of the things that Nate Tibbetts has credit is just her professionalism to stay ready. She can attack. She can do a great job of getting to the rim and utilize her athleticism to be able to exploit the matchup. And she's come out playing really, really well.
The mix of boos and cheers with Sophie Cunningham checking in. Was drafted, of course, in 2019 with Phoenix, had played her entire career in Phoenix the first 6 years until she moved over to the Fever. Actually, last night was even dealing with some back spasms, did not look like herself. But Stephanie White telling us in the pregame she hoped that as much as 100% you could be at this point, she hopes that Sophie's doing a lot better here tonight than she was. Kelsey Mitchell, that's ridiculous. And the first 2 here for the Indiana Fever here tonight. A 17-9 advantage. Monika Koa-Makani off the bench the last 3 games here, including tonight. She had been dealing with some hamstring injuries. Another strong take draws the foul. Mitchell will get some free throws coming.
Yeah, the speed is just something that's hard to teach, and when she gets an angle and is able to turn the corner on you, it's really, really hard, especially going left. And Koa-Makani doing a nice job, and she's someone that played so well for this Phoenix team a year ago. I think as she continues to get into a groove, they'll improve as well. But Kelsey Mitchell, man, I mean, you can know that she wants to go left. You can understand all of that, but the quickness is something different.
Trying to stop her is a completely different story. The WNBA app is your home court for all things WNBA. Stay in the game with the latest schedule, where to watch, game alerts, and more. Scan the QR code to download now. And the other thing with Kelsey Mitchell, just the consistency coming into tonight. 36 straight games, scoring in double figures. If she does it here tonight, she's well on her way. Already with 5 points. She would tie Tamika Catchings with 37 straight. That's the most in Fever franchise history. Bonner shovels it over to Grosjean. Lenny Grosjean played against Chicago. She's been dealing with a left ankle injury. Both of these teams, and a lot of teams here in the league, dealing with players being in and out with injuries, illness. I mean, shoot, Nate Tibbetts even missed a couple of games ago, coaching because of illness. Bonner with the kickball. So the shot clock will reset to 14 seconds. Nate Tibbetts frustrated with their performance against the Sky on Tuesday. Season lows in all the wrong areas, 66 points, only 9 assists. And this is during a stretch where Phoenix really has won 4 of its last 6. Fever come in on a 4-game road trip, and they're 1-1. Mitchell from mid-range makes it look so easy.
Oh, what a start for Indiana in this quarter. I mean, second night of a back-to-back, and you know it's a part of this league. You know that you're going to have it, but they've looked really, really sharp.
It's a long two for Copper. Yeah, the Fever arrived to the Phoenix area coming from LA after the game last night. Touchdown about 2:30 in the morning. Of course, back-to-backs now look a little bit different than back-to-backs in your day, Kara.
See? You know, the stuff we talked about earlier in the day, I wasn't expecting it to make air. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, it is a lot different, you know, and I'm not complaining. I think it's great. A back-to-back is different. Commercial than it is charter. You know, we used to have to wake up.
You didn't want to share about your
to
Charlotte? What was it? Back-to-back?
Oh my gosh, we had a back-to-back. I think it was my rookie year. Charlotte. I'm sorry, Houston to Charlotte.
Right.
Houston to Charlotte. So you lose an hour too. So
you're flying commercial.
We're flying commercial. And we actually got delayed that morning too. I left that out this morning. We got a little delayed, so we got in time for a quick nap and then time to play.
See, it's a good story. I just wanted the rest of America to be able to hear it.
I'm not soft. I didn't want people thinking, that I was complaining about it because I was still ready to play.
That's your projection now.
Yeah.
That's your projection of the story. Mitchell's asking for a review on the foul call, but Stephanie White, she is going to give it to her. All right, so our first coach's challenge. You know, we were doing a game earlier this month, and I bring this up that you felt like when a player twirls their finger, they're like less than 50% accurate.
I think so.
If a coach listens to them in this situation. Ooh, that's a lot of ball.
Yeah. Did Mitchell do the twirl?
Mitchell did the twirl.
Oh, because I saw the other
Boston.
ones.
Boston did the twirl too. It was like a double twirl.
Gotcha.
So does that increase your chances if it's a double
twirl?
twirl?
I mean, my stat was the player that had the foul, not the other players.
Mitchell did do it.
Did she do it? Okay.
Yeah, she did.
I saw Aaliyah and Sophie doing it, but I didn't know if that was a cue from her. What a player. I mean, she's so good. I love watching her play. Beat on the back cut. Yeah.
You have a comp? A comparison for Kelsey Mitchell?
Mitchell? Ooh. No. No. I'm trying to think.
Maybe that's the greatest compliment.
I mean, staying in front is really, really difficult. I'm trying to think of, players over the years that were like just really difficult to stay in front of.
Yeah.
Successful. There you go.
Successful challenge. It's only because 3 Fever players twirled their fingers, I think.
Yeah.
Increased their chances to that. 20-plus points, 5 consecutive games, and even during that stretch, she's averaging almost 27 points. She's hitting 4 threes. And it just is the consistency. Like every year, her scoring has gone up. And I thought what you said at the start when we were coming on the air, sometimes the individual, when she's playing with someone like Caitlin Clark and some of these other players, you get to always appreciate the individual excellence of each of these players that you get to see.
There's no doubt that Indiana has 3 of the best players in the league on their team, okay? In Mitchell and Clark and Boston. And their abilities, to be able to take over games, to be able to dominate their matchup and stretches, and their connectivity and their production is the core of what they do. And we saw last year when Clark was out with injury, how Boston and Mitchell were really able to come even more to the forefront on the offensive end. And they're going to need those stretches from each of them to get into this race.
Raven Johnson is coming off the bench in that point guard spot. You see Caitlin Clark, just for precautionary reasons, nursing that back injury here tonight. Thomas can't get it. Mitchell leaking out, finding Cunningham, who will drive, kick out. They move it over to Leah Boston, a much improved three-point shooter, and she drills it from the corner.
A really good job by Indiana in transition to move the ball. It started with Mitchell touching the paint.
Boston again with a leg injury. Second time she sat out was last night. Also sat out in a game in May. Cunningham directing traffic. Here's your combo, Boston and Mitchell. Boston and Alyssa Thomas. How about that matchup? Boston going right at her, chest to chest.
That's a physical matchup down there with Boston and Thomas. And it's one of the reasons why Boston being healthy tonight is huge for Stephanie White, because you must honor the physicality of Thomas. You must have a player that can handle that. And Boston gives them a presence in the paint.
Alyssa Thomas with the finish, her first points. She missed her first 2 shots before that one. Boston calling for it again, this time against Bonner. And Bonner gets a piece. Bonner on the trail, goes right at Maisha Hines-Allen, in for 2. Bonner put up 8,000 career points, up to that milestone in the last game. Milestone that few WNBA players have gotten to in their careers. Boston to Mitchell. Hines-Allen as Copper taps it away. And an important part here for the Phoenix Mercury. Sammy Whitcomb checks in for the first time this season. Listen to this. Dealing with a left knee scope and back and playing for the first time.
You can hear the reaction from the crowd, and she's such a valuable part of this team. Her voice, her leadership, but honestly her ability. She can toggle between the 1 spot and the 2 spot. She's a lights out shooter. You can't leave her open, and we know Phoenix has struggled with consistency on the offensive end. And just her confidence, her overall presence. This is a big deal for Phoenix to have her back into the lineup.
You don't normally get that kind of reaction when a reserve checks in, but to your point, this is a very basketball-savvy crowd. They understand the importance of Whitcomb to this team and this franchise. Akara McCarty, her second deep shot. 2 for 2 tonight. Thomas takes it away. Up there in the league in terms of steals per game, goes off the glass, can't get it. And Mo Billings pushing her away. Thomas commits the foul. Loose ball foul, that's her first. Suarez checking in. Signed to a developmental contract, a rookie here in the league this year. Mitchell against Whitcomb. And once again, we'll go back to the free throw line. Sitting on 9 points, just needs 1 to get into double figures here tonight.
What way does she like to go?
Left,
yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
What way is it hard to stop?
Yeah. It's hard. You know what? What's interesting about that is it's so easy to sit here and say that. I'm not saying that. I'm kind of saying that sarcastically, but it's you can know that, and the great players, they still kind of get to their spots, and they still do the things that they can do. So it's like anyone sitting at home being like, hey, she's going left.
Right.
Like, keep her
Stop her.
Yeah, you try. You try to do that.
What is it about her as a great player that she's able to get to her spot?
Well, it starts with just her speed, her burst. I mean, she can get by anybody. You see when she accelerates, and then she has the ability to knock down the 3, so you have to be close enough to be able to be in airspace to challenge that. And then you're close enough to challenge that, and then she's by you. And that's the beauty of terrific scorers, ones that can score from the three-point line and also have the quickness and the skill to be able to get by you. You know, it's obviously a poor decision by Kelsey there on the defensive end. And, you know, Indiana's gotten loose here in the last 2-3 minutes of this quarter defensively. I thought for the better part of that quarter, they played pretty solidly. Phoenix helped them with the turnovers. But now you're looking at a situation where you played so well offensively, and if Makani's able to make these free throws, it's a 2-possession game. And it feels like Indiana should be up more going into the quarter.
Yeah. Take a look at the upcoming WNBA national TV schedule. Tomorrow on ION, the doubleheader Wings and Tempo, Sky and the Sparks. And then Saturday, ABC, CBS, and Peacock have you covered. Liberty against the Lynx in the afternoon, followed by the Fire and the Dream, Mercury and the Aces at night. For more on these games, please go to WNBA.com or visit the WNBA app. No secret. I mean, Stephanie White had talked about the defense. She was disappointed with the defensive energy. It was the key last night. And they showed the mixed results on the road. Held Vegas to a season-low 68 points and gave up 106 last night. All right, the first quarter is complete in the third and final meeting between the Fever and the Mercury. The smiles, the dance, the intensity. We turn the page to the second quarter. Here to come.
Came up from the final notices, can't go outside without them notices.
I understand that you think I'm the right person for this mission. I understand the stakes.
Object approaching.
If we do nothing, everything on this planet will go extinct, including us. Dr. Grace, the world is counting on you.
No, I'm sorry.
I'm Grace. I'm gonna call you Rocky. We're here for the same reason. His son is dying too. If we're gonna save our planets, we have to learn how to communicate. Check this out. We have about 250 words. Let's find you a voice.
Why is a school teacher in space?
Oh. Nope.
Why is a school teacher in space?
Try this.
I am Rocky. I like.
So I have a new roommate now.
Hi, Grace.
Together, we're pretty smart. But no one's ever done this before.
It is time go.
I think you mean go time, pal.
There are infinite possibilities for this to go wrong.
This ship wasn't built for this.
Now! If Grace Rocky saves stars, we can go home.
I think this is a one-way trip for me.
I will not let Grace die.
Indiana Fever, their big three. Boy, have they been big here this year. The highest scoring trio in the WNBA, nearly averaging about 60 total points per game. 3 all-star starters, the fifth trio of teammates in the last 10 years. Caitlin Clark, Leah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, averaging career highs in scoring. Mitchell and Boston, and Caitlin Clark up there again, top 5 in scoring and assists. Certainly a unique trio indeed.
I mean, what a group. And the thing I like about all three of them, as we see how good Kelsey and Leah have been to start the game on the offensive end, is they're getting better. You know, you talked about Kelsey Mitchell's trajectory and how she's continued to improve. Aaliyah Boston, over the last couple of seasons, improved leaps and bounds, and she was already really good when she came into the league. And so you look at that growth and improvement, and you look at this court, and you're like, this is a team that can contend, or should be able to contend for a long time.
Let's bring in Morgan Reagan with more on the three.
Yeah, and it's a franchise first that 3 members of the Indiana Fever will start the 2026 WNBA All-Star Game. And I asked Boston about what it says about this team to have 3 All-Star starters. And she said, I think it's a blessing. Honestly, I think it just goes to show all the work that they put in, Kelsey and C. I mean, they work so hard, and so to see their work recognized, I mean, I love that for them, as Boston is also scoring a career-best 17 points per game.
They just all got to stay healthy, right, to entertain the fans and be able to play in that All-Star game. Of course, the reserves voted on by the coaches. Caitlin Clark out with the back injury. Ethan Johnson penetrating, gets her own miss. Wow, look at what I found. Where'd she come from?
Well, Phoenix out of that timeout defensively comes out in their 2-3 zone. We've seen a lot more of that over the last few weeks from Phoenix defensively. They get the first shot that they want as Suarez hits the 3. We'll see if they stay in it or they go back to man. No, they're staying in the zone here.
Suarez coming off the bench is a perfect 2 for 2. That includes a 3-pointer. 5 points off the bench. Cunningham up fake drives. Goes right at Suarez to draw the foul. In that first quarter, Indiana started out cold. They were 1 for 6 and then finished the quarter 8 of 10. Remember, Phoenix was sloppy to start the quarter. 4 turnovers in the first 3 minutes and 45 seconds, and then they cleaned it up and didn't commit a turnover the rest of the quarter. And this is where we stand, a 1-point game. Make it a 2-point game after the free throw from Cunningham. Well, I touched down at the Phoenix airport last night and saw a Sophie Cunningham advertisement coming down the escalator.
I did too, but they're booing her right now. but I did too. I didn't understand. She was in the Phoenix airport, and you know, she plays in Indiana, and now they're booing her. What's up with that?
You know, yeah, fans can be fickle. Kara, I don't know if you know that. In and out for Whitcomb. Whitcomb, 306 career 3-pointers off the bench. She's tied with someone named Kara Lawson for the most in WNBA history.
So I should have been rooting for that to go out. Is that what you're saying?
Is that why you wanted it out?
No.
The Kara Lawson effect.
She'll get it soon.
Whitcomb off the hands there of Harris, draws the turnover. Phoenix's first since the first 4 minutes. Cunningham can't get it. Ayayi. And a good start. That's a long 2. Valerian Ayayi. 9 points now to start. She's only missed 1 shot. It's a unique story. Like 11 years between her rookie year back in 2015. And returning to the league here this year. Nearly picked off. Fever keep it. Hall fires. She hits. Above 50% shooting from 3 tonight for the Fever.
Great extra pass by Cunningham there. I understand as Nicole McConney went for it and then finds Hull in the corner. Indiana doing a terrific job beyond the arc. 7 for 13 in this first half from 3.
Ayayi to Suarez, splits the difference. Nice move, can't pay it off in the finish. Harris on the move, got the start at the point guard spot with no Caitlin Clark here tonight. Their numbers have been up, small sample size in 3 games as a starter. Shoulder shake there for Hull. Lexi Hull coming off a good scoring performance last night too, 14 points against the Sparks. She's got 8 already. McConney to Suarez, they're targeting her. Out to Whitcomb. Still can't get 307. McConney dancing a little pet. And she hits. 11 points already in 8 minutes for McConney. She had missed 4 straight games with a left hamstring injury after she had started 9 straight. You can see the talent that she provides here for Phoenix. Wickham gets tied up on that screen. 6 seconds here to work with. And it'll be Phoenix basketball.
Indiana doing a great job. The ball movement, and they've gone small, so they've got a bevy of three-point shooters out on the court. Lexi Hall, the aggression, 8 points here early.
You know, I always say if you have time to scroll, you have time for a call.
I like that.
How are you? I'm great. How are you, man?
Hey, Mimi.
When the connection matters, it has to be AT&T.
I'm right here.
I miss you too. I see you soon. I love you. Bye.
At AT&T, we guarantee your network. If there's an outage, we'll make it right.
Love you guys. Bye. Later.
If you put your name on a vehicle, you're signing off on its quality. We don't take that lightly. We take an honest assessment of where we can be better. Quality takes thousands of Americans far away from any spotlight. But if you keep at it day after day, that spotlight finds you. And now Ford is #1 for initial quality among mainstream brands.
So, Doug, who you taking? Norway. Yeah, I'm all in. Strong finishers, solid depth. Like them a lot.
What up, man?
Thinking it might be their year. They're a dark horse for sure. No, they're good. Good defense. Great coach.
Good luck with your bet.
Tusen talk.
With Super Sub, your bet stays alive even if your player gets subbed off.
Someday, their little hands won't be so little anymore. Until then, let's escape together, hand in hand, on a Disney cruise.
This is the Burger King Original Chicken Sandwich. Yeah, the long one. Try the classic. Or the crunchy, creamy, loaded jalapeno. Or the smoky, bacony club. This lineup is loaded with flavor for days.
An original calls the shots, flexes some muscle, redefines the genre, and knows originality should always be within reach. TJ Maxx, never uniform, always you.
WNBA on Prime is brought to you by AT&T. Connecting changes everything. And by Once Upon a Farm. Farm fresh nutrition for babies to big kids. We highlight DeWanna Bonner. Just got to 8,000 career points in rare era territory. The third all-time leading scorer in WNBA history. We talked to her about it. Like, you know, what does 8,000 mean? You see only two other players, Tina Charles and Diana Taurasi, Mercury great, has gotten to that point. She said, you know, someone told me like a couple of games ago that I was approaching that, and then I forgot about it, and my two twin daughters remembered and reminded me at the end, you know, Mom, you got to 8,000. She said, that probably meant more that my daughters recognized the feat. Now, obviously getting to the feat, but the fact that, you know, her two 8-year-old daughters recognized how cool and the longevity of Mom was pretty special for her.
You know, it is one of the more underrated careers in WNBA history. It's a Hall of Fame career. And you look at her longevity and how many different roles that she's played on winning teams. A champion, a winner, and someone that's had the discipline to play this long. It takes a lot of discipline, Lisa, to play this long and to continue to be productive at her age.
You talk about a 6 player, the starter, to a defensive person, to a 5 player that she's played here this year. Alyssa Thomas with the lay-in, and Morgan AT is someone who knows DeWanna Bonner probably the best. Peyton Morgan. Peyton Morgan. Morgan Reagan on line 1.
Hey, can you guys hear me now?
We got you plugged in.
There we go. Talk a little bit about DB, because you're right, AT was talking about her before the game, and she said, I think people forget that she is top of the league in scoring. 3rd player in WNBA to ever do that. Just super happy to be a part of her journey and see that she still has more left in the tank. And you guys, that's after 17 seasons.
It's the longevity piece that you've talked about. You were asking her about it. It's just all about, obviously taking care of her body, which sometimes is easier said than done for some players.
Yeah, she said there was a shift change for her after having her twins. She said that's when I really, really had to lock in and understand, each day what I have to give. And certainly, as she's gotten older, there's less practices for DB, to make sure that she's fresh for games, and that's normal for a veteran at that stage of their career. It's not a lot of practices. She's kind of seen all the coverages, seen all the schemes, and it's about getting her body ready on game day.
And of course, the cold tub becomes your best friend. Mitchell, that's a long two. As she steps it back, it ends a 7-0 Mercury run. She held. Well, tosses it away. Harris on the move. Back to Billings. A 2-on-1. Fever connect. A couple of steals here for Ty Harris. The Fever led by as many as 12 here so far. Except led by just a bucket. Held the 4-year DePaul products, kicks it out, Ayayi. In and out.
I thought that one was in.
Yeah, I did too. She did as well. Just her second miss. She's at 10 points. Back in the starting lineup again for Phoenix. She's getting tied up though with Billings. And Ayayi will pick up the foul.
Excellent job by Ty Harris just to push the pace. Textbook 2-on-1 finish there. Delivers it at the right time. And transition. I think it's no surprise. This is every team, but when Indiana's pushed it with great pace, they've gotten good things. Whether that's early post hits, whether that's attacking the paint and getting their three-point shots. Anytime they've been able to, off of a turnover or missed shot, get some good pace going to the rim. It's been great for them.
And Mitchell with the drive and kick. It's their strength. They average the most points per game and the fastest pace here in the league. Nicole McConney not there, but Thomas with the cleanup job. Alyssa Thomas now at 6 points. Johnson trying to use Boston as a screener. And in tree territory, puts it away. Copper, who hit a three-pointer from the corner there, hits another. Back-to-back looks for Kalia Copper. 8 points. She's a perfect 2 for 2 from 3. His last two coming in the last couple of possessions. Boy, Mitchell. And she's got all kinds of shots in her repertoire. Copper, nothing but net. She's heating up a little bit too. Highlighted the 2 scoring guards at the top. Now we've seen a little back and forth between the two. Oh, with the post-entry pass to Boston, looking for a foul call, won't get it. Nicole McConney, one-handed pass, Copper leaping out. And Phoenix running on the Fever. Last lead was when it was 5-3. They take the 1-point advantage. Mitchell pulls up short. Thomas to Bonner. Leans in. Trying to get a second look at it. It'll stay here. Mercury ball. The shot clock resets to 14.
Indiana just leaving the leading scorer in the league the last 8 games in transition. Not the best idea.
Conversations to be had. Mercury with a 1-point edge.
I used to run out of my liquid detergent so fast because it's mostly water. That's why I switched to Tide Power Pods.
They're formulated to tackle the toughest stains and odors. 4 full-size cleaning powers are compacted for a powerful all-in-one clean.
Skip those costly pre-treaters.
Use Tide Power Pods for Mega Tide Clean.
I love the smell of Tide Clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, is now available with the big crispy chicken sandwich that's so big, the McDonald's McCrispy has nowhere to hide. Oh, never mind. It was hiding right there. Hey, little fella. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
What if you could print every idea to life? Print your possible at vistaprint.com.
Check you out, all grown and whatnot. Okay, Hyundai.
Could I look fly? I look too good. Put that on my hood.
Look at you now, doing your thing.
You can't touch my bag, but you could.
Do parents cover kids' eyes to protect them?
Uh-oh, that's a scary part.
Or to secretly steal their Reese's?
It doesn't sound scary.
Super scary.
Perhaps moms know everything happens for a Reese's.
Welcome back to the WNBA on Prime, presented by AT&T. 3 lead changes, 1 tie between these two teams, the 3rd and final meeting between the Fever and the Mercury. It's time to take a look at tonight's Live Lines update, presented by FanDuel. Your over-under, go 185 or over-unders, Kara?
Well, I think more than that. Don't you think?
That would be the over.
Yeah, I would say that.
These two teams met twice. It was 86-77 to give you perspective in the first meeting. The Fever won that game. The Mercury won in a high-scoring affair a couple of days later, 111-109. So if you notice a difference in the score change, not this timeout, but the previous timeout, the II2 was changed to a 3. If you're wondering the difference in the Mercury score, officials went back to look at that in a timeout situation. Thomas to Akoa Makani. Boy, she can shoot it here tonight. 3 for 3 from 3. It's on the drive, the dish. Cunningham gets a look. And a foul on the floor. Head back the other way. They got Johnson over the back.
This is a 2-man game in the middle of the floor, and with Thomas, it's really hard because you don't want to switch that action, but you have to keep chest in front. And then Indiana a little bit late to climb up to challenge Akoa Makani, who is looking really confident on the offensive end tonight. I mean, 14 points to lead the team off the bench.
Yeah, her season high is 19. But efficient, 14 points in 12 minutes. Thomas with the 2. And now it's the Mercury on that 14-4 run, 2.5 and counting. They're playing without Caitlin Clark, sitting out with the back injury. She played last night against the Sparks, but in reduced time, season low numbers in terms of points and minutes played.
Ka doing a great job just getting into the lane and dumping it off to Thomas. And this is what we talked about with Indiana. Like, they go through these stretches where the defense is just porous. I mean, 29 points given up in the second quarter. You go back to the last 2-3 minutes of the first quarter where they got loose again. And these are the areas where, you know, I know Stephanie White wants them to be able to lock in and be able to get some stops and be a little more disruptive. Phoenix is too comfortable and free and easy on the offensive end right now.
Now on the offensive end, Kelsey Mitchell, the Fever have a chance to take the final shot. 6 seconds here in the quarter and a half. Mitchell, ankle just wasn't there. Final second, Rochon won't count. 53-47. Coming up at the half, presented by State Farm in the studio. Swin Cash, the point guard. Lindsey Harding, Candace Parker in studio here tonight. All right, 53-47. The third and final meeting. Fever, Mercury. Back and forth here in the first half. You're watching the WNBA on Prime, presented by AT&T.
My mom was always the person I went to for help. But then, after her Alzheimer's diagnosis, she developed agitation that may happen with dementia due to Alzheimer's disease. Now it was my time to help her. When she started screaming, hiding things, slamming doors, that's why I asked her doctor what more we could do.
Rexulti is the first FDA-approved medication proven to reduce symptoms of agitation that may happen with dementia due to Alzheimer's disease. Elderly people with dementia-related psychosis have increased risk of death or stroke. Report fever, stiff muscles, and confusion, which can be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar can lead to coma or death, weight gain, increased cholesterol, unusual urges, dizziness on standing, falls, seizures, trouble swallowing, or sleepiness may occur.
I'm glad I asked for help.
Ask your loved one's doctor today.
Rexulti.
Moments matter.
This is the Burger King Original Chicken Sandwich. Yeah, the long one. Try the classic. Or the crunchy, creamy, loaded jalapeno. Or the smoky, bacony club. This lineup is loaded with flavor for days.
If you're planning on all getting together, why stay in hotel rooms and not be together? Get an Airbnb and actually get together.
Oh my God, we're back again. Brothers, sisters, everybody say.
Not all kids become goats. Because goats aren't just born, they're raised. We teach them to stay hungry.
Right through the chest.
Get loud. Build others up, even if it means knocking them down.
Took her breath away.
To stay confident and stay humble. Sometimes. Because that all-time part of greatest of all time, it includes the future.
Welcome to The Half, presented by State Farm.
The Phoenix Mercury are looking strong tonight. A 53-47 lead over the Fever at the half. Welcome back, y'all, to the WNBA on Prime Studio. I'm Swin Cash with Lindsey Harding and, of course, Candace Parker. Woo! That was a sprint on a back-to-back. Linz, let me start with you because being down 12, it felt like the Mercury actually really put a lot of energy to get back and get the lead at the half. What did you see?
Well, they started to take care of the ball. When they were turning the ball over, Indiana was able to score off of those turnovers. Once they took care of the ball, they were able to get the looks that they want, right? They are killing it from three right now. Especially, we have to talk about it, Makani coming off the bench.
Makani!
She has 14 points. She's 4 for 6, 3 for 3 from the line. I mean, this team has 14 assists in this first half. So they've been sharing the ball. When they take care of it, they're going to get the looks they want.
Listen, I think there's keys to the Mercury, right? You look at Alyssa Thomas, she's got 5 assists. Usually those 5 assists mean they're playing fast. And I know they only have 2 fast break points, but really they're getting up in transition, getting up in secondary and being able to have that ball pop because nobody wants to stop her in transition. And then 2, on the defensive end, if you look at Indiana, they hit 6 threes in that first quarter, and then they limited them to 1 of 6 from beyond the arc in that second. So I think that was the difference in them getting back in the game, as well as turnovers.
Yeah. And we know on a back-to-back, you also have to really lock in, but sometimes it really comes from your stars. What did you see from the Fever in that first half, especially from Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston?
You know, when you come off a loss, you come in wanting to play and wanting to win these games. And they're playing without Caitlin Clark, so they have both been aggressive. We all know that Kelsey Mitchell can get her shot off, really going either direction. Once she gets going, it's hard to stop her. As well as Boston, man, I'd like to see her post up a little bit more, too, because once she gets in the paint, 2 feet in the paint, no one on this Mercury team can stop her.
And I think you know that Indiana's built on the big three. They've had 3 all-stars in Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, and Caitlin Clark. Well, they're missing Caitlin Clark. So who's going to step up in that absence? I mean, we've seen Makisha Hines come in and have a big impact in previous games. So I'm looking for that next person. Is it going to be Alexi Hall? Is it going to be a Sophie Cunningham that comes in as able to be that double-figure scorer for them?
And we know as players, a lot of times your legs are heavy, so those shots may not be falling in the second half. So going inside to a Boston. On the other side, you're thinking about the Mercury. What do they need to do? What's a key that they could be looking for in the second half?
Mercury still needs to play fast. I mean, Candace talked about it, right? It's getting those stops. It's not necessarily always getting transition points, but if you push the pace, move the ball around, you're going to get open shots. It's hard to match up if you're moving the ball fast and playing fast.
And for me, I think in the first half, the ball was touching the paint. And I know I sound like a broken record again.
It's good, though.
But whenever the ball touches the paint, that's a practice shot when it sprays out. And so much is being relied on that one-on-one play with Kelsey Mitchell. I'd like to see Indiana do what they did in the first quarter, which is kind of spread the wealth. We saw Aaliyah Boston knock down a 3. We saw Alexi Hull knock down some 3s. And so I think when you're able to get in there, whether it's through a post-up entering it or whether through dribble penetration, then good things happen.
Absolutely. Well, y'all, it's time now for our Be There player, presented by State Farm, of course. And it is Kelsey Mitchell. No-look pass to Aaliyah Boston, knocking down the tray from the top. Both of them combined for 25 points tonight. The Mercury lead at the half. We'll be back right after the break. WNBA on Prime.
The Half is presented by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You know what I respect most about you, Caitlin?
That I talk to a red foam pad even though it makes people uncomfortable?
No, it's that you put in the work night and day.
Just part of the job.
You know, State Farm's the same way. They work to help you get coverage that fits your life and budget.
I respect that.
You know what else I respect? Gary at trivia last night.
It was nothing.
Hey, Gar, tell Caitlin that game winner.
Aaron Burr!
Man's a wizard.
Coverage that fits your life and budget. State Farm.
The sun can shine or the rain can fall. It doesn't really matter at all. If it's cold or hot, it's a beautiful day. It's the rainbows and if the kids are okay.
Get 0.9% APR financing or a $3,500 customer bonus on a new 2026 Atlas.
Do kids want to grow tall to reach the pros? Or to reach a Reese's? Some might say that is an unfair advantage. But I say, everything happens for a Reese's.
Tampax Radiant gives you more, and spoiler alert, more. More leak-free periods than other tampons. They gently expand to fit. And only Tampax has a leak guard braid for built-in backup protection. Take that, leaks. You get a cleaner disposal with the Clean Seal wrapper. And a more comfortable insertion with the Comfort Grip. Need I say more? Tampax. Get radiant. Get more.
Players have their bag, but fans, you've got one too. Snacks, chargers, essentials, whatever you need to stay in it. Delivered at the speed of the game. DoorDash keeps you in your bag all season long.
Welcome back to The Half, presented by State Farm.
Well, earlier on, we saw Flau'jae and Angel linking up with their college coach, Kim Mulkey, down there at LSU. Now, early on, we see the pass from Jordan, Canada, to Ryan Howard, who knocks down the 3. She had 19 points on the night.
Yeah, Ryan Howard shot well, 4 of 11 from 3. You know she's going to knock it down.
Yeah, and then we'll get some more Canada here, getting down the lane straight to the basket with the left-hand layup. Jordan had 14 points and 9 rebounds with 8 assists, y'all.
She was so aggressive all night, especially even on the defensive end.
And you can't forget about Natisha Heidemann. She did everything she could to keep them in this game, had 20 big ones. It was close to late.
Yeah, and then we saw Angel right there tweaking her ankle. She would leave out of the game. Keep a close eye on that, but Then down the stretch, some more Canada. A little hesitation. Dribble finds the player there. Alicia Gray was cutting for a layup, y'all.
Yeah, Alicia Gray, she set the tone from start to finish. Atlanta, using their defense, forced 23 turnovers.
Yeah, you got to keep an eye on that. They win 89-78 and snap that 5-game losing streak. After the Dreams win, Prime's very own Brittany Yerton caught up with the all-star Ryan Howard, who finished with 19 points and 4 rebounds.
Ryan, it was a tough stretch of games, and then you put on a huge performance tonight. What was the difference maker for this team?
I think just, getting back to hitting open shots. We've been creating them along this stretch, but we haven't been able to knock them down. So I think just making sure that we're staying confident, making sure that we're staying poised, and just, focusing on putting the ball in the hoop instead of just getting it up. I think our defense was a little bit better tonight as well than what it has been. But, just being able to stick with it and continue to stay positive over that stretch.
Seattle did put up a fight, really, the entire game. Talk about the fight that your team showed tonight.
I think, coming out and combating that, we know they got us once already, and so maybe they would have felt a little bit more confident, but, they're a good team. Like, you can't look at their record. They're a good team. They have really great players, so being able to make them take tough shots, make them have to work for their looks, making them have to shoot over people. I think, doing that and then getting the first rebound, that was key to our success.
And what do you think getting back into the win column does for the Dream?
I think it just shows us that, we can battle adversity. Obviously you never want to go through a stretch like that, but the way we continue to fight, the way we continue to show up and have each other's back, it's going to come down in the long run. And so I think, staying mentally, up, I should say, and, making sure that we're all like, okay, we got this, we got the next one. And then this is only going to help us build into, getting more wins, stacking wins on wins.
Congratulations. Thanks again.
Thank you so much.
Oh boy, we got a treat for you on Nightcap. Amazon Music presents K-pop superstars, La Seraphim. So make sure you stick around for the post-game show. And now coming up after the break, we send you back to Phoenix for the second half of the Mercury and Fever. You're watching the WNBA on Prime. We'll see you at Nightcap.
Taco Bell's Lutz boxes are peak luxury. When you can get classics for $5, indulgences for $7, or discover new luxuries for $9, like the shredded beef dipping taco, opulence is at your fingertips whenever the mood strikes. It may even go to your head.
Excuse me, who makes this house red? It's sublime.
Pat? Try Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lutz boxes.
Hey, Meta, take a picture. Hey, Meta, turn it up. Oh, so cute. Hey, Meta, translate this.
Napa knows that 1 in 4 vehicles will need a new battery this year, and that's just the tip of the electrical iceberg. That's why Napa believes in testing the electrical systems on every vehicle, from the battery to the alternator. And why we're a trusted solution for the electrical parts, tools, and expertise you need, catching problems before they become breakdowns, and keeping every vehicle and every business moving full speed ahead.
Okay, people, I'm only going to say this once, okay? FanDuel, WNBA, overs, unders, 3-point in your face, buzzer beater from the logo.
Are you betting the WNBA and FanDuel?
That's our Wi-Fi password. It's all one word, lowercase, by the way.
Can you repeat that?
New customers bet $5 for 5 days and get $1,000 in bet reset tokens. FanDuel, play your game.
This copyrighted telecast of WNBA Enterprises may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise used in any form without the express written consent of WNBA Enterprises.
Welcome back to the WNBA on Prime, presented by AT&T. Phoenix, Arizona, the temps above 100 degrees in the desert is where we're at for the third and final meeting between the Fever and the Mercury. It's the Mercury that's overcome a double-digit deficit with the Duke and U.S. Women's National Team head coach Kara Lawson. I'm Lisa Byington. Morgan Reagan's on the sideline for us as well. Kind of a back-and-forth story of two different quarters, but offensively, both of these teams have had their moments.
Yeah, they have. I thought Indiana came out with a lot of energy, and certainly Kelsey Mitchell helped lead the way. When you look at what Phoenix has been able to do, their role players continue to step up. It hasn't been a stellar game from Thomas or Copper yet, but you look at what Monica Koa-Makani has been able to do off of the bench, 14 points, 3 for 3 from beyond the arc. But just her aggressiveness, her willingness to attack, and we start to see the balance forming in Phoenix's offense. And then when you look at what Balu is able to do, I mean, the experience that she brings as an international player, both in the EuroLeague, but also with the national team of France, she's very confident in her ability, can score inside and out. And I thought the double figures by those two role players really helped Phoenix.
Time for our Quick Connect, presented by AT&T. Morgan Reagan with Akoa Makani.
All right, you're shooting so well from beyond the arc. 3 for 3, and then coming off the bench with those 14 points. What's working so well for you on the offensive end?
I'm just playing with the flow, I guess. I'm not thinking too much, just taking what the games give me.
And then they've been able to score 11 points off of those 6 turnovers. How do you guys clean things up in the second half?
Yeah, I think just take care of more of the ball, yeah, try to play it more safe at times, because I think we have taken like so many risks at times. So yeah, definitely taking care of the ball more.
Thank you. Good luck.
All right, first offensive possession, Kelsey Mitchell committed the second personal. I mean, really, though, Phoenix, remember, they committed those 4 early turnovers in the first, 3 to 4 minutes of these games. And they've done a good job kind of cleaning it up since that point. First quarter, it was Indiana hitting the threes. They were 6 of 10, but just 1 of 6 in the second quarter. And then Phoenix outscored the Fever in the second quarter by 10 points. And that's where we stand, 53-47.
Okay, so 2 early quick fouls here by Indiana in the half court, and I like what Phoenix is trying to do. They're featuring Valu right out of the half. An ISO situation, she drives, Mitchell picks up the foul, then they look to post it. Boston kept kicking it out. They get a second foul. That's the size advantage that you get with Bonner and Valu on the wings.
They find Thomas, who knows exactly where Bonner was sitting. She knew that one was off the mark, chases her own miss, and earns the possession back. 14 seconds left on the shot clock.
This is a long defensive possession for Indiana. Foul.
Longer
deflection.
What they want, that's for sure. Yeah, to your point, the second personal foul for Mitchell, and 2 fouls now on Boston. Indiana playing without Caitlin Clark. Played last night in LA, not tonight, out with the back injury as Thomas gets the first points of the third quarter. Mitchell leading all scorers with her 15 points, 5 of 9 shooting. Her 37th straight game in double figures. Tying a Fever franchise record. Over to Harris. Didn't even get a shot off. It's like unaware of the shot clock.
That was bottled up a little bit. I mean, on that kick, I thought Harris should have attacked that closeout right away. Hesitated. Akoa Makani does a great job starting the second half instead of held because of how well she's played. Nate Tibbetts going with the hot hand. But when Phoenix bears down, sits and guards you, man, it's tough to score against these guys.
Yeah, defense certainly is a strength, though. I mean, you look at the three-point shooting as Copper launches another one. They were 8 of 15 in the first half. It was a strength, and that's better strength for them here tonight. Phoenix is one of the top defensive-rated teams here in the league here this year. And Nate Tibbetts special. Paul, pump fake. And she's in double figures with 10.
She's been solid. Poised. She's bringing what she normally does, but I think she has extra attention in terms of being offensively aggressive tonight, knowing that they need points from her. Already in double figures for Lexi Hull. It's been a solid performance so far.
And it's the second personal here on Harris.
Different intensity to Phoenix defensively to start the quarter, or to start the half. They're getting after it a little bit. Good cut.
McConney. The start here for Phoenix in this third quarter. Ayayi goes down. She grasps immediately that right ankle. As Lexi Hall commits her first personal, but Ayayi's going to try to tighten up those shoes and keep playing.
Oh, yeah. Little twist. I was good seeing it one. Are you good at that? Are you good at watching those things? I'm not. I have to look away.
What, in real time? Yeah.
No, well, in real time, you have to watch it.
Yeah.
I'm talking about in slow-mo.
Some of them. That one didn't bother me as much.
That one didn't bother you.
I'll tell you what, when Alyssa Thomas screamed out, though, in that Sky game, that was hard to watch.
So you only have empathy for certain people?
No. Don't, get out of here. Don't put words in my mouth. Is it time for us to take a time out to tee you up? Tee you up. All right.
I'm just messing with you.
I know. Hey, let's take a look at the upcoming WNBA national TV schedule. Tomorrow on ION, Wings and Tempo, Sky against Sparks, and Saturday on ABC, it's Liberty and Lynx. Then on CBS, Fire and Dream and Peacock. The night game, Mercury and Aces. More on these games, please go to WNBA.com or visit the WNBA app. No, in all seriousness, though, back to that. I mean, Alyssa Thomas, as we know, is one of the toughest players that we have seen. But I thought she was going to be done for a while. When she had kind of her foot twisted a little bit on the move Tuesday against the Sky. And they are reviewing a hostile act involving Alyssa Thomas. As Lexi Hall challenging on the foul call against Hall.
I don't see anything.
Just see a basketball play. We'll see what the officials see. Looks like they're got a decision made. Fatu Sissoko Stevens is our crew chief. Mai Forsberg is our referee, and Agana Bazi is our umpire. All right, so a common foul we play on.
4 fouls for Indiana in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah,
I mean, Phoenix is in the bonus for the rest of the quarter now. 8 minutes, that's a long time.
Right.
So any foul committed now for Indiana the rest of the quarter, Phoenix is going to be at the line for 2, unless it's of the offensive variety. I mean, that's hard to play a quarter that way, because one of the things I think that Indiana needs to look to try to do is to be a little more disruptive, and maybe that's what they were trying to do, set the tone here at the start. But you have to be disruptive, but not reckless in terms of fouling and putting the other team in the bonus so early.
Well, both rank in the top 5 in terms of fouls drawn per game. The Mercury right at 5th, and the Fever top 2 in that category. But yeah, it's a great point. They'll be in the bonus for the next 8 minutes here of the quarter. Cunningham, the up fake, it's Bonner in the air, short. Johnson, who's checked in, loses it. It'll be Mercury basketball. Certainly Phoenix the disruptors here. Oh, a deep shot, Bonner can't get it. Johnson will pull down the rebound and is able to lead the break. Mitchell back to Boston. A three-pointer in the first half, in and out that time. Boston's first miss from three-point territory. 2 of 3 from 3. Bonner over to Thomas. Gets a finish. And Phoenix has built a 10-point advantage. Timeout, Stephanie White and the Fever. Got a chat about it.
So comfortable. A two-man game that they've worked to perfection over the years, and Phoenix with a nice sprint out of the locker room.
Well, when everything's bigger in Texas, feels like you wanna go real big too.
Yeah, Paige.
Asking all the big old questions, doing it all without a big to-do.
Let's go.
Looks like it's pickup day.
Oh, wow. Okay. Not a truck.
You can do it all your way.
Want to drive? CarMax.
They always ask what I did to get here. No one asks what I didn't do. Every yes costs something. Every no protects something. I learned to push back on expectations, to prioritize my family, and focus on my mental health, to find what fuels me and do what serves me. I didn't get here by saying yes to everything. The strongest thing I ever did was decide I didn't have to. Do what serves you.
Ollie! Hey, Meta. Play. Hey, Meta. Take a photo. Hey, Meta. What time is sunset?
3 wheat laps in a road, that means I'm a direct rude boy. Man can't call up my phone and go on like a direct rude boy. One side bag and a stone, you don't make you a direct rude boy.
Now at McDonald's, people are getting more of what they love from the under $3 menu. Really, under $3.
Seriously?
Get more value on whatever you're getting next when you order from the under $3 menu.
You've talked about, Phoenix has been the disruptors. Not a lot of scoring here in the third quarter. 8 total points between these two teams, but Phoenix has taken over here and building this lead to +10. Tonight's strongest moment of the game presented by Oikos, and another strong performance so far by Alyssa Thomas.
Yeah, Alyssa Thomas continues to be the hub that Phoenix plays through on the offensive end, leading the WNBA in assists, and then tonight, a little bit slow starting offensively, but has found her rhythm here in the second and the third quarters. Phoenix now with 4 players in double figures, on her way to another triple-double potentially.
It would be the first of the season after setting a record. Look at the 5 assists there. Just want to point that out. The 38th straight game with 5 or more assists. The 3rd longest streak in WNBA history. Let's bring in Morgan Reagan. You got more on AT.
That's exactly it, Lisa. I was going to get to the streak, and I was talking to AT before the game about the team offensive struggles. I asked her about still being able to do that at a high level and find her teammates, and she said, I've been saying it all season long. Offense doesn't always need to be the focus for us, but it's my job to always try to find people and make shots easy for them. Hopefully, we can keep generating more offense together.
You know, had a chance earlier this season. You look at the most consecutive games with 5+. Caitlin Clark, you know, Alyssa Thomas is the only one on this list with the active streak. Caitlin Clark's streak ended last night in LA, but Alyssa Thomas had told me earlier this year about the triple-double. Doesn't think about it, just tries to make the right play, to Morgan's point. Find the right person and make the right play, and if it results in a triple-double, even a bonus.
She's such a unique player. We talk about nice back cut. Man, she's so hard to guard.
She's a little bit slow to get up. Ayayi's 2nd personal, and the blocking foul. And Kelsey Mitchell trying to walk this off. The FIFA already beat up a little bit. I mentioned Caitlin Clark sitting out with the back injury. Sophie Cunningham, so far so good here tonight, 12 minutes and counting. She had back spasms and warm-ups last night in LA. 47 consecutive games scoring in double figures and ties Tamika Catchings for the longest streak in Fever history. She's nursing that hip a little bit with these free throws. She's at 17 points here tonight. McConney. An extra pass to Bonner, who gets locked up. 2 seconds on the shot clock. McConney. Can't get it. They used every single second of the shot clock on that possession. And McConney bodying up. Her second. And the third team foul. Okay, Mitchell is moving as fluidly, at least just stationary-wise. And that's going to be an over the back here by the Fever. Johnson went down, didn't have many choices, and it's the 7th turnover of the night.
They're going to have somebody else on the perimeter help them in the second half, scoring-wise, right? Because we know that there's going to be extra attention paid to Mitchell, and so that's where the role players come in. Hall's been nice, done a nice job with double figures, but like other perimeter players are going to have to make shots and make plays for Indiana to have enough offense to win this game.
Michaela Timpson only played a little bit. She's in 2 minutes here tonight. She's getting some time right now in the third quarter off the bench. This Boston gets a good look at it over that left shoulder. And Leah Boston in double figures. Mitchell takes it away. Cunningham leaking out. Some fast break points for the fastest moving team in the league, and a timeout called here by Phoenix. Kind of the way this game has been going, a game of runs here. The Fever with the latest.
The sun is dying. If we do nothing, everything on this planet will go extinct.
I am a teacher at Grover Cleveland Middle.
You are the only scientist who might know what this says.
Oh my God. I met an alien. I'm Grace. I'm gonna call you Rocky.
Grace Rocky Save Stars.
It's now or never.
Project Hail Mary, now streaming on Prime.
Fever on a nice little run, and their offense has looked a little bit more fluid in the last couple possessions.
It has, and I think that's off the strength of getting stops in the defensive end, right? They're able to get some turnovers, get out and running, and certainly Aaliyah Boston's always a good option when you can hit her in the post. But this is what Indiana can be, and so the challenge for them is just to elongate these stretches. Can I now stretch this out? Nate Tibbetts calls a timeout. Can I now continue to get stop after stop after stop after stop and turn this into a run? And the more consistency that they get on the defensive end, the better overall that they're going to be as a team. You know, it's a lot easier to say it. It's a lot harder to do it. I think that's the thing. I mean, you know, we've had Indiana quite a bit this year, and it's something that we've talked about at length through the games with them is hey, the consistency defensively. You got to have connectivity. You got to have intelligence and communication on the defensive end. And honestly, you just got to sit, you got to guard. And you got to do that over and over. In this league, you know how hard that is to do with all the talent offensively?
Well, Leah Boston got the deflection there, the force of turnover. And Stephanie White has talked about her being our linebacker and our communicator defensively. We're more than happy to get her back for several reasons. And then Boston back this way, takes it on the post.
Yeah, I mean, you have to continue to feature her in the paint as Mitchell does a nice job, and Nicole McConney is getting eaten up here a little bit with a couple turnovers and the pressure by Indiana. It's done a great job. The extension of pressure here, just three-quarter court, you know, making it a little bit more difficult for Phoenix to get it across the timeline.
And it's another quarter that's been flipped. The Fever on a 10-0 edge. Here to tie it at 59 after they had trailed by 10. Thomas calling for another turnover. Johnson. Fronting Thomas on that. lets it fly, and the Fever's back on top. Make it a 13-0 run. But Boston looks like she's been shooting the three her whole career. Smooth, all kinds of confidence. Thomas gets the bounce. $16 points now for Thomas. She's Phoenix's leading scorer. Mitchell, quick trigger. Copper, catch, shoots. Can't hit, ball's loose. Johnson has it. And an offensive foul call. Cunningham. For first. For Hines Allen.
Yeah, you know, Bonner just makes a mistake here of not being close enough. You know Aaliyah Boston can make that shot. I thought Aaliyah should have shot the first one. I thought she should have shot the first three, but when she gets it back, you've got to be there. What a run here by Indiana.
Yeah, Cunningham's first personal. Inside 3 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. Indiana took control in the first quarter. So far, they're taking control here in the third. Bonner with an answer. And after all that big Fever run, the Mercury still sit a point ahead. They led by as many as 10 here in the quarter. Their largest lead of the game. Fever have led by as many as 12. Johnson! They're going to review that right now, calling it a 2 with their foot on the line. Defensive 3-second call. Copper, well, an 80% free throw shooter. He'll take the free throw. Can't convert. Well, going back to the Johnson three. Let's take a look at her feet. Again, the call on the court, they're going to review this at the next kind of dead ball situation. The call on the court is a long 2. Officials saw that right foot as of now on the 3-point line. Sissoko Stevens, our crew chief, organizing the troops. Forsberg, Aganabazi, the officials here tonight. As Lexi Held will take it out. Thomas has been aggressive, looking for her shot. And another one. 18 points here tonight. Above her average, she averages 14 points per. Mitchell from straight away. Another 20-point game, make it 6 straight. Thomas, Cunningham. Mitchell blows right by ya. On the right side that time. 24 points. The last 5 here for the Fever. Copper Oh, these scoring cards are putting on a show.
There's been a few stretches where it's just like, all right, let's take everybody off the court and let Mitchell and Copper just go at each other, right?
They're defending each other. Copper, they're defensively against Mitchell. Reach and foul against Thomas. Her third. Timpson, Hines Allen will check in. Timpson and Boston will get a breather. Boston has played almost 30 minutes here tonight. They're not playing last night in Los Angeles with a leg injury. Just the second time she sat out. Mitchell takes the handoff, held defending. And Sammy Wickham with the ball in her season debut. Just our first half, she got quite the ovation when she checked in for the first time. Mitchell leading in, stepping back, in and out. And some time for the Mercury. Wickham looking, taking a peek, launches, fires, can't hit. She's gotten a few good looks, but has missed all 3 of her shots in her return. Well, Phoenix built a 10-point advantage, and then the Mercury has crawled all the way back. It's a 1-point game as we head to the final 10 minutes here tonight in Phoenix.
Introducing Gatorade Lower Sugar. No artificial colors, no artificial flavors, no artificial sweeteners, and 75% less sugar. Gatorade Lower Sugar. Hydrates better than water.
And there it was, the first great American yell, echoing like a sonic boom across history. This country didn't tiptoe onto the world stage. Hell no. We were born loud. Liberty is loud, baby. Something to say? Say it. Something to prove? Prove it. Because in this country, in loud we trust.
Zepbound, watch this. Zepbound helps adults with obesity lose weight and keep it off. Watch this. And data shows that people taking Zepbound lost up to 48 pounds. Don't share needles or pens or reuse needles. Don't take if allergic to it or if you or someone in your family had MTC or MEN too. Tell your doctor if you get a lump or swelling in your neck. Stop Zepbound and call your doctor if you have severe stomach pain or a serious allergic reaction. Severe side effects may include inflamed pancreas or gallbladder problems. Tell your doctor if you experience vision changes before scheduled procedures with anesthesia. If you're nursing, pregnant, plan to be, or taking birth control pills. Taking Zepbound with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar. Side effects include nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can cause dehydration and worsen kidney problems. Ask your doctor about Zepbound. Zepbound, watch this.
At Wingstop, it's all about flavor. Cooked fresh, made to order, every bite hits different. And the ranch, you already know, Wingstop is here.
The sun is dying.
You'll find a solution.
You are my solution.
So I met an alien. His planet's dying too. Now or never.
Project Hail Mary, now streaming on Prime.
The National Women's Soccer League. Own the pitch. Own the moment. Own the night. The Orlando Pride versus the Kansas City Current. Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's on Prime.
All right, welcome back. The WNBA on Prime. It's our second game of our Thursday night doubleheader. Kara Lawson, Lisa Byington, and Morgan Reagan with you. Time for tonight's Stock Watch presented by State Street Spy. And we highlight the uniqueness of Aaliyah Boston's game. Just The first 4 years, she is in elite territory. 2,000 or more points, 1,000 or more rebounds in her first 4 seasons. These are the only 5 to do it in the first 4 years.
Continues to ascend as far as her stardom within the league, and tonight, huge third quarter for Aaliyah Boston to kind of uplift this team and got into her groove. I mean, her ability to knock down the three-point shot, but specifically for this Indiana offense, it's her ability in the paint to take advantage of her matchup on a nightly basis, regardless of who the defender is. And I would look for a steady diet of post entries to Aaliyah Boston here in the fourth quarter. She's finally getting a break, right? It's been minimal tonight.
How long do you think this break will last?
Not long. I mean, I think a lot of it depends, when you're coaching, a lot of it depends on how the team is doing. So I think Stephanie White is going to try to stretch out as much as she can. Phoenix, you know, to see if they can hold the floor down. And if they can't, I think you'll see her go back to Aaliyah Boston rather quickly.
Now, Mitchell stays in here for the Fever. And no Caitlin Clark out with the back injury here tonight. And the Fever get the first crack at it here in the fourth. Mitchell dancing around, feeding Johnson right as the shot clock expires, and it's a shot clock violation. Speaking of Johnson, by the way, the shot stayed as a 2. There was that question if their foot was on the line in the third quarter. The call on the court was a 2-pointer. It stays as a 2-pointer. Other note of interest, Kara. Remember, like, Phoenix was in the bonus after the first 2 minutes of the third quarter, but they only shot 3 free throws in the third, and one of those, remember, was a defensive 3-second call. And so the Fever kind of cleaned it up defensively really well in the third. And Boston's walking over to check in here in the scorer's table. Boston has played 29 minutes here so far tonight. Johnson looking to get space against Held. It's off the hands of Cunningham, looking to chase it down. Turnover, Fever. So Boston will check in, and then Mitchell is the one who checks out here for the Fever.
You don't want to have possessions that don't have one of them on the court at least. And so they're trading off of one another. So, you know, this continues to be without Mitchell on the floor, a critical stretch. I mean, you're playing through Boston on the offensive end with this pairing of 5 players on the court.
Your guards are Ty Harris and Johnson and Sophie Cunningham on the perimeter for the Fever. Suarez taking it all the way, challenging Baines. Mercury's back on top. It's a back and forth third quarter. 5 lead changes to 1 tie. You compare that to the first half. 3 lead changes with 1 tie. Three seconds for Harris, who leads 10 in and out. Billings is whistled for the foul. Per second. This has been time as Thomas and Copper both check in. Phoenix playing the first 2 minutes of the fourth quarter without those 2 stars. And still protecting a 1-point lead without him.
We talked about at the top of this game how important of a matchup this was for both teams for different reasons. You know, Phoenix 6 games under 500 is trying to put themselves back into playoff contention, and as they start to get healthy, I think we'll see a better version of them on the offensive end. And then Indiana obviously dropping the game last night and trying to put themselves in position to be at least 500 on this road trip. And you know, she got a minute too. I mean, that's what we're doing over there. We have minutes. Yeah, it's a pit stop over there. It's a pit stop. We're only putting 2 tires on, all right? We're not doing all 4. We're only putting 2 on tonight, okay? Yeah, we're only putting 2 on.
Mitchell checks back in. Ooh, with the race car reference. You're so versatile.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Mitchell. 15 seconds here to use. Steps it back. She's sitting on her 24 points. Copper. Suarez. nails it. Oh, she's been accurate. 2 for 2 from 3. She's up to 10 points off the bench. And the bench has been huge for Phoenix tonight.
It was Akoa Makani in the first half. It's been Marta Suarez, the rookie, in the second half. Double figures for her. That's what you need. You need your role players to step up for you.
And Doug.
That name on your shirt, it means something. Because Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance to save people hundreds. Tommy, stop that. Now let's get out there and play like it.
Again, Doug? Parents need to stay over there.
Sorry, Coach.
No, so get your little buddy.
Limu, no! Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
A web of shredded pepperoni and toasted cheese.
With the Webberoni pizza from Little Caesars, we can finally eat like Spider-Man.
The Webberoni pizza for $8.99. See Spider-Man brand new day. Pizza, pizza.
If you put your name on a vehicle, you're signing off on its quality. We don't take that lightly. We take an honest assessment of where we can be better. Quality takes thousands of Americans far away from any spotlight. But if you keep at it day after day, that spotlight finds you. And now Ford is #1 for initial quality among mainstream brands.
An original never blends in. She follows her own lead. She doesn't play the part. She rewrites it, all by staying true to herself. Originality should always be within reach. TJ Maxx, never uniform, always you.
Four parks, one vacation that changes everything. Universal Orlando Resort.
The WNBA is on Prime, Thursday night. Stars shine deep in the heart of Texas as Brianna, Sabrina, and the Liberty face Paige, AZ, and the Reds. Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. It's on Prime.
It's been an entertaining one, the third and final meeting of the regular season here between the Fever and the Mercury. Kara Lawson, Lisa Bynes, and Morgan Reagan on the sideline here for us. And we've got your play of the game presented by FanDuel. We highlight a couple of the leading scorers. Alyssa Thomas, another 15, 5, and 5 game. Her 9th of those this year, leads the league. And then Kelsey Mitchell, speaking of leading, she's leading all scorers once again, 24 points, making 6 straight games with 20 or more points, and shooting 50% here from the field. 7:21 left to play in this one. Series tied up at 1 apiece. A competitive series, to say the least. Don't forget, the best place for all the live WNBA action is on FanDuel. Download the app and play your game. Copper with the takeaway. Copper with the finish. Oh, Copper on that one. Mitchell, Cunningham, sets, fires, Suarez with the rebound. Suarez getting more time in the absence of Natasha Mack, who's been out with that left foot injury. Out again here tonight. She's got a season and career high here tonight as Whitcomb draws a foul.
Her third personal, second team foul.
And Harris has committed her third.
Cindy Whitcomb to the line.
Cindy Whitcomb to the free throw line for perhaps her first points here of the season. And she gets it from directors Phil Lord and Christopher Miller. Project Hail Mary, starring Ryan Gosling. Now streaming on Prime. Believe in the Hail Mary. This believes in Whitcomb. Well, strong words by Nate Tibbetts, said one of the best leaders that has ever been around. The first game back after dealing with a knee injury, and Harris just took two hands and pushed her to the ground. Whistle for the foul. Her fourth.
Yeah, I don't know if that was out of frustration or what that was, but just unnecessary here. I mean, she's a little bit closer, but you don't want to turn it over without even getting an opportunity at the rim. Indy's got to buckle down here defensively if they want to get back in this one. You come back from leads on the strength of your defense.
Wickham for three, and out. Boston for two. Fever 0 for 5 from the field in the fourth quarter. And no points, by the way. Thomas, contact against Boston, high off the glass. Tough, she's at 20. With the kick out, Cunningham, the drive, can't get it, tip not there. Timpson, another opportunity. Thomas comes down with it. Alyssa Thomas, Wickham from the corner, fires! Oh, all the way in, it popped out. Cunningham back the other way, nothing but nets.
What a swing there. 6 points, right? I mean,
yeah.
Wickham with a wide open and rhythm three. It just goes in and out. And opportunistic by Indiana in transition to find Cunningham for the three. A much needed bucket for the Fever.
Wickham is 0 for 4. Oh, shots coming over. Timpson with the block. It's 4 on 4. Here's Mitchell, the Fever climbing back. Kelsey Mitchell gets another. 27 big ones on the night. And a timeout by Phoenix.
Just how quickly the game can change. Indiana with 2 huge threes. The latter by Kelsey Mitchell. And holy cow, pin at the pinnacle for Timpson. I mean, incredible defensive play to start that run.
When you're making art, you have to be brave enough to do things people are afraid to do. Believe me, it will always be worth it.
I can. You can't spell American without it. At the Ram Make This the Summer sales event, say I can in a Ram truck. I can tow what others won't, power through anything, depend on it for everything, and I can back it all up better than anybody. You can do anything this summer with a great deal at the Ram Make This the Summer sales event, because nothing stops Ram.
Get 15% below MSRP for an average $13,300 below MSRP, plus no monthly payments for 90 days on the 2026 Ram 1500 Limited.
At Wingstop, it's all about flavor. Cooked fresh, made to order, every bite hits different. And the ranch, you already know, Wingstop is here.
How long did they expect to get away with this? They thought you wouldn't notice. Repeat the same thing over and over, over and over, till it becomes normal. Pay their fees during their hours to use your money. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. Recognize the pattern, and you can break it. Break it.
It's game time. Tomorrow night, the WNBA is live on Maya. The Wings soar north to challenge the tempo.
Cha-ching! Money Mabry!
Then, the Sky face off with the Sparks.
Oklahoma K, give me that!
I said it's game.
Oh my goodness!
Coverage begins tomorrow at 7, Find Ion wherever you watch. It's on Ion.
Welcome back to the WNBA on Prime, presented by AT&T. 79-75 Phoenix over Indiana in the third and final meeting here of the regular season with the Duke and U.S. Women's National Team head coach, Kara Lawson. I'm Lisa Byington. Morgan Reagan is with us. I know a lot of people were tuning in for this third and final meeting, wondering what would transpire between these two teams. Competitive basketball, that's the answer.
Yeah, I think it's exactly what you expected. I mean, it feels like a playoff atmosphere in here in terms of the urgency on both sides. Phoenix looks like they have control of the game, and then Indiana comes back with a great surge, 6 points. So I think buckle up. We're in for a good ending.
Give me one thing that Phoenix needs to do to close it out, one thing Indiana needs to do to close it out.
Yeah, so I mean, transition defense, not allowing Indiana to get those open threes is going to be critical here down the stretch for them, and not turning it over. Okoa Makani did not do a great job of that here in the third quarter. I thought Phoenix, save those 2 threes, had played a pretty good defensive quarter against Indiana so far.
The Fever started 0 for 8 in this quarter, but they've been 2 for 2 since.
Yeah, I mean, those 2 threes were Indiana's first points of the quarter. So, I mean, Phoenix has been playing pretty well on the defensive end. They're going to have to try to bottle this up and get some stops here.
Now driving baseline. It'll stay here. 8 seconds to work with for the Fever. Natasha Mack for the Phoenix Mercury. No Caitlin Clark for the Indiana Fever, both out with injuries.
And this is Nate Tibbetts' best defensive lineup, in my opinion, right now, the 5 he has in. So you can see what the emphasis is here, is try to make everything tough and challenged.
He was trying to fight around that screen. Not once, but twice. Here's Harris. Wow, over a long corner, too. That's a tough shot. Ty Harris again getting the starting nod by Stephanie White here tonight. Her pace, her experience, capability of making shots like that gives her the nod. Mitchell with another takeaway. And the Fever challenging Mitchell. The foul call on the Mitchell shot, and the foul of the tip won't count. Mike Forsberg making the call on the baseline.
Let's see. Had one overturned in the first half where Mitchell got a lot of ball, remember, on that challenge. And it's a little bit murkier on this one for me because there is a little bit of body contact. Phoenix is going to challenge it.
Yeah, Phoenix coaches challenge. It would be Thomas's 4th personal. We'll take a couple looks as the officials do the same. What you think?
I'm just looking at that left arm and just...
The left arm by Thomas?
Yeah, I thought the rake on the ball was clean, but I don't know if they're going to call that left arm before the rake on the ball.
Certainly freedom of movement, the emphasis here for these officials this year. Fatu Sissoko Stevens is our crew chief. Mike Forsberg, our referee. Adana Bazi is our umpire. Speed, rhythm, and balance. Did that left arm that you were noticing by Alyssa Thomas, did it not Kelsey Mitchell off their speed, rhythm, and balance enough? Because I saw what you saw is the takeaway, the ball takeaway looked clean. So as the officials are at the monitor, we want to remind you next Thursday on Prime, we've got the New York Liberty against the Dallas Wings, 9 o'clock Eastern. Coverage starts, of course, at 8:30 Eastern for that one. Coming up next Thursday, proud to bring you another doubleheader of WNBA basketball here on Prime tonight. taking care of Seattle in our first game. And a much closer game in the second game. 9 lead changes, couple ties. A back and forth, especially in the third quarter. Here's the situation. If it's not a foul on Alyssa Thomas, then they got to try to figure out imminent possession. And remember, the play resulted in a basket. And so it is we're told it's a successful challenge. So the officials kind of reviewing even what happened after that play.
This is a big call in the game. That's why, I mean, I know sometimes people get frustrated by stoppages and how long they are, but this is a 2-point game, and it's the difference between Mitchell going to the free throw line or not. And in a one-possession game, it matters.
It was Timpson with the tip.
After video review, the Mercury's coach's challenge was successful.
And they won't give the bucket there to Timpson. Again, a successful challenge will be the Fever basketball though, taking it out to the sideline. Mitchell back to Harris. Oh, stone cold down the stretch. And the Fever back on top. Part of an 11-0 run here for the Fever after being shut out the first few minutes of this quarter.
We talked about how someone other than Mitchell or Boston is going to have to make a play down the stretch, because if you're Phoenix, you're going to load toward those two players and try to make someone else beat you. And Harris just steps in very confidently, much like she started the game. Remember, starts the game 2 for 2 from beyond the arc and makes probably the biggest shot of the game so far.
Well, she just picked up her 5th personal, though, too, so keep an eye on that. Here's Copper looking to shake off Mitchell. The two have been defending each other at times here tonight. 3 seconds to shoot. Potter's got the big answer from distance. The first 3 of the night. Mitchell back to Harris, takes a peek inside. Boston looking for position against Thomas. Boston finds it and finishes it. We're tied at 82. Backdoor cut, Thomas to Copper, beautifully done. Mitchell out there. Cunningham with the rebound against Thomas.
I mean, how many times have we seen that? Not quite 8,000 times, but we've seen it a lot. And then Timpson loses it, and Aaliyah Boston's Johnny on the spot there to be able to get it in, and then Copper. I mean, you want to talk about play after play after play here in the last couple minutes. It's been awesome to watch.
And a jump ball will stay Fever basketball.
I mean, how many big threes has Bonner hit over the years? I mean, you think about it. I mean, it's just deep ones, you know?
Yeah, if that's not, like, that's just the typical DeWanda Bonner kind of play. Mitchell, elbow. Ball's loose, gets it back. Shot clock resets to 14. Mitchell penetrating, can't get it. Bonner with an important rebound. Nicole McConney getting some important second half minutes. Bonner step through, over to Thomas. Too strong, Will, too strong. Fever with a chance to tie or take the lead. Harris driving, gets the bounce, tied up at 84. Well, McConney loses it. Cunningham has it. Thomas wraps her up. Stops the clock with exactly 60 seconds left to play. Thomas with her fourth.
Harris doing a great job of being aggressive. He's seeking the paint, seeking the rim, and then the tough finish.
She's been averaging about 10 points per game in the last 3 games. And in the starting spot again tonight, she's at 13 points, 5 assists, a couple of steals, and a block.
Oh, it's great awareness here by AT to understand that they weren't in the bonus. They had 0 team fouls. She takes it before she's in the shooting motion, and that's what Indiana's frustrated about. They thought it was going to be 2 free throws.
The Fever still have a foul to give. Mitchell. We're tied at 84. Harris surveying her options. Boston is posting up against Thomas. Harris takes it the other side. From mid-range. Oh! Tie! Breaks the tie! 2 big shots for Ty Harris back-to-back.
She scored Indiana's last 7 points. Remember the 3 that puts them up 82-80, and then the transition layup, and then this is just the icing on the cake right here, the mid-range fall away with the score tied. How big has she been late here for the Fever? I mean, she has taken over.
Just her 4th start of the season, starting in the place of Caitlin Clark, injured here tonight. Forget, I mean, she's no stranger to big moments. Won, of course, that national title in South Carolina. Left with 7 school records, by the way. But she's been big here down the stretch.
Yeah, got off to a great start in this one, and then in the 4th quarter has been fearless. And that's what you have to be. You have to be unafraid of not making plays. You have to go out there being aggressive to make plays, and that's what Ty Harris has done. We knew that there'd be a lot of attention defensively on Kelsey Mitchell in Boston, and she has stepped in to that space to make plays for her team. And now let's see the situation here. I mean, it's a 1-possession game. Phoenix is going to get 2 cracks at it with the differential with 44 seconds left. So we've talked about the Indiana defense a lot, okay? There's no better time than the present for them to be able to get a stop in a possession that could lead to a win.
Has it, gets some space, blocking foul, Potty bucket and run! Ka going to work!
Put the ball in the hands of your best playmaker and your best scorer. I should say your best scorer, Nick Copper. And she does a great job of forcing the issue and finishing through the contact. Big time play.
Calker with another 20-point game. She is at 6 straight for 20-point games like Kelsey Mitchell. And a timeout by the Fever, calling one of their 2 timeouts left. Oh, lots to anticipate here with 41 seconds left to play. One-point advantage, Mercury over Fever. Coming up next, it's WNBA Nightcap presented by Ford. In the studio, Swing Cash, Lindsey Harding, and Candace Parker. The star of the game, of this game, will join those 3 in studio. And some of the topics that they will talk about. Timeouts remaining. The Fever have got 1 left. Phoenix has 1 left. No fouls to give here for either team. comes out to get it. Shot clock still in play. Feeding Boston right away against Thomas. Leans in, turns the other way. Aaliyah Boston, cool, calm, and collected. And Phoenix will call its reset timeout. Able to advance the ball without huddling up.
Excellent job. Just one-on-one. And Boston is almost impossible to guard one-on-one on that block, especially when she gets such deep position. Does a nice job of executing, and they get the 2-for-1 there.
Parker wrapped up. Thomas found it. Makes good on it. Mercury up by a point. And Stephanie White wants to use her final full timeout.
It didn't look like Ka had anywhere to go, and the strength to be able to find Thomas there as Boston slides over. She needs to be able to protect the rim, and Thomas with the great hands and the ability to finish. I mean, the playmaking here late, and I should really say the shot making has been terrific the last 4 minutes of this game. I mean, it's been a treat. Player after player. Now, you know, the defense hasn't been able to stop anybody, but you know, I like to look at the glass half full. I think it's been great offensive execution by both teams out of the timeouts in late game situations, and shot making from a number of players. I mean, Ty Harris has been feature, but Boston to make that big time shot. How about the Bonner 3? Yeah. You know, yeah. Ka late scoring and assisting. There's just been some big time plays by a lot of players.
It's everything that you want competitive basketball to be. Definitely back and forth. In just the fourth quarter alone, 7 different lead changes, 3 ties. It's the Fever's turn here offensively. You mentioned it, like Ty Harris has hit some big shots here down the stretch. Of course, you've got your closers in Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell as options as well here for the Fever on this out-of-bounds play.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Do they go back to the same well in Boston in terms of the post-up? Does Phoenix bring a double earlier if Indiana goes to that again, or do you go with Mitchell, who's been your leading scorer and has been terrific as well? But I would anticipate it's one of those 2 players. It's not that hard to figure out.
Just about a second differential game in shot clock. Mitchell has it. Cole McConney defending. With the Fever trailing by 1, it's Mitchell's opportunity. Mitchell driving one-handed finish. Kelsey Mitchell clutch. Gives the Fever the lead.
They set the cross screen to try to get Boston early and then just go with the high pick and let Kelsey Mitchell have space to do work. Sometimes the simplest thing is the best thing for your team in late game situations. Let your players make plays. Give them space to do so. And Kelsey Mitchell going left, I mean, it's one of the harder things to guard in this league. And again, I mean, how great is this? I mean, boom, boom, boom. It almost feels like whoever has the ball last is gonna be the team that wins.
It just might be the Mercury. I don't know. I mean, the shot clock is not in play anymore on this possession. No timeouts left. No full timeouts left here for the Fever and for Phoenix. The Fever still have the reset timeout left. And the Mercury put Kara Lawson there in that huddle when you're drawing up.
I mean, I think you're drawing up something to Ka. You know, that's what I would do. I think it's tough. It's tough for me to go anywhere else than her. So we'll see.
And Kai Copper lining up at the top of your screen in the corner, being defended by Lexi Hull. Boston has Alyssa Thomas right there as well. Cole McConney taking it out. It's in Thomas's hands. Refuses the screen, spins, fires. Not there. Copper with the rebound. We got a whistle. And we're headed back the other way with bodies flying. A loose ball foul on Phoenix against Copper.
The push. is what I think they're calling.
See Copper coming in the middle of the screen as Cunningham goes down. So the second personal to Copper, and Cunningham with some free throws.
Sophie Cunningham.
Shooting 2 for 2 on the night for Cunningham. An 87% free throw shooter for the season. No full timeouts left for either one of these teams. Phoenix has got to go. 3-point edge. See if the Fever foul. It's in Copper's hands. She takes a peek. Copper for the tie. Not there. And the Fever win tonight and win the series 2 games to 1. Kelsey Mitchell with the eventual game winner and another 29-point game tonight.
What an incredible fourth quarter comeback for the Indiana Fever. Second night of a back-to-back. Caitlin Clark not playing, down 10, and I mean, they just came back with a vengeance, an absolute vengeance, and play after play after play late in the game.